Hello, everyone, and welcome to Countless Heroes, that crazy 16-player West Marches style campaign where I, Logan, take on 6 of my players at a time. Hello, players.
Hello.
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 And hello to our wonderful audience. How are you all
The audience or the players?
audience? Just said hello to our wonderful audience. How are you all today?
Doing good. Apparently, Mike is having a Nerdsmith baby.
I'm talking to the audience.
You had posted it in the audience.
Hi. Nobody listens anymore.
You know,
Logan, you're a dungeon master. You know this is the case. It has been for forever.
And I want to thank Ange for my wonderful little Dungeon Master bar. I finally remembered to put it on. I'm not sure if I've had it the last few weeks, although I do really like the other one you did for me. Where's that?
I enjoy him as well. I don't know.
I can't wait to see it.
There you go. Perfect.
Lovely.
Christ.
It's amazing.
That's nightmare-inducing.
Beautiful. Gorgeous.
I don't think anyone can see all of that,
No.
but
It's on. Well,
the little dude is, but you can't see the
okay.
human
So what
nine
you
is
don't
hiding
see
behind.
is it's human dungeon master, but
Oh,
there is a
perfect.
question mark in parentheses after human.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was a 9.
Nope, it's a human.
No, that's a question mark.
master. Because the monster guy,
Is he human? Is he a Muppet? Nobody knows.
Gumdrop Muppet. That is to your left.
Gumdrop Muppet. I can't figure out where it is. Oh well.
It's okay.
Oh, there it is. There we go. Now you can see the whole thing. So, yes.
Also,
Hi, Fennec.
bef-
Hi, Autumn.
before we get officially started, I just want to say my brain did the worst thing, which is it saw that there's the stream tip goal down there, and I could have sworn it said team strip goal. Like I did not know it was that kind of a stream.
Team stripping goal.
Team stripping goal.
Very important.
Megatron 1993. Hello. Welcome to the stream.
I promise I will not flash people like I did last night because I am not wearing a corset.
You just did. You literally just did.
My shoulders are not flashing anything inappropriate. There was cleavage
Depends on the time
last
period.
night because I had a corset on.
I declare, I just got
Depends
the
on the time period.
vapors.
Collarbones, oh my!
This just in cases of vapors coming in across the county. Death tolls are in the millions.
Big county.
Yeah.
Right? It's San Francisco County. Or San Jose County. Both of those are accurate.
Albert is hogging the limelight. There we go. Get out of there. Alrighty. Oh, jeez. You guys are ridiculous. So, hi, guys. How
Hi.
are you? I've streamed like 12 shows since last time we played, so somebody want to help me out here and tell me where the hell we are?
Well, the Birchfield Institute
No,
got on
no,
this
no,
boat,
no, no.
and
We were on the final rights in the lure stick. Nope.
I mean, technically, we were
We
on a
were
boat that
designing
was
backgrounds.
owned
We
by
are
the
West.
Birch-
Nope,
the
that's not-
Birchfield, to be
and we
fair.
were on a boat owned by them.
They're just not on a boat right now. They're
I
It's under the water.
knew what I
On a
was
boat.
saying.
So yeah, we managed
that's
to
true. All right.
unlock. We managed to unlock teleportation magic on Lamina Island, and
Good
now we
job.
can go home.
No big deal.
Thanks to GB's awesomeness. And we're totally not double crossing a former goddess to get home by doing it.
Are we double?
Yeah.
I don't know about double crossing.
Crossing?
Well-
I don't know about.
I did say I would send her a sending to say whether or not we would take her up on her offer within
we had-
24 hours.
I was gonna say we had till that night. I thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had till that night. But since we unlocked it on our own, I don't think we need to take her up on it. So. But yeah, maybe, as long as she doesn't know that we can come back, she'll just know that we're leaving. Hopefully.
Alrighty.
Maybe it'll be fine.
So, do you want to like recap what happened and why you're talking about this?
That was it.
That was it.
I found out that she's going to
We-
use the weapon
Thought it
on
was,
the
like,
end of
real
at the end of Kazan, and told us to not stand in her way. That's pretty much there's a lot of back and forth. We ended up at her house. We talked to her. She told us the weapon needs to be used at the end of Kazan and to not stand in her way, and that she would send us home. And then we instead went back, and Callie used divination, and it turned Airshell into a dog treat, which GB ate, and then he understood how to teleport. So we started working on going back.
It was a kibble flavored Jello egg, which I'm
Yep.
not sure you're supposed to give Jello to dogs, so don't do that.
I was imagining like those little tiny, really soft training treats, but like egg sized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically exactly like a Kinder egg of dog treats. Don't feed your dog Kinder eggs.
Yeah, don't do
It
that.
only had knowledge tucked inside rather than a toy.
Right,
Yeah.
Was
and
it
then he choked.
was it a tiny bit of Jello?
There's a little bit of Jello.
They can
Just
eat
a
it. It's
tiny-
okay.
Okay.
If it's a
Is Heather
tiny,
is Heather yelling at you from the other
no,
room?
I just googled it. She's not
Oh,
home.
good job.
It's non-toxic to dogs,
Oh, all right.
but it's
But
not healthy.
as-
Yeah,
It's the
not
sugar
you
designed
don't wanna-
for
I
them.
mean, what is?
They're not.
I was
designed
gonna
to eat that.
say, as far as Kinder eggs go, yeah, you shouldn't feed it to your dog. You probably shouldn't feed it to anyone else either.
Yeah, there's that. True. It's like Cadbury eggs. You don't want to eat.
No one.
Oh
That's
my
not a
God.
hill anyone wants
Shush.
to die on. So.
I'm not
Did
gonna
you-
say anything, but
Yeah.
Did you guys
Did I
see
what?
the Cadbury egg mayonnaise that is happening?
Yes, I saw that.
No.
I'm disturbed.
Stop
I don't
talking.
believe it's real.
Stop
I
talking.
can't believe half the things I see at this point.
Stop talking. Teleborking. I like teleborking.
It's real gross.
Teleborking?
No.
It's like teleporting,
She
but
was
with borking.
clearly still hung up on the mayonnaise thing.
I don't like Cadbury eggs, for the record. I think they're disgusting, and that makes them even more disgusting.
Don't eat them.
You
They're
also take Peeps, open them up, and then leave them in the cupboard for like 8 weeks.
Because I know how to eat peeps correctly. There are instructions on the back. It says must stale before eat.
You ever try to put Peeps into hot chocolate? I feel like that would be morbid and terrifying. Like,
This is amazing.
Sounds more like
Their
a
faces
healthy
already
that,
look
but-
kind of
oh
melt.
god, like the shoe in Roger Rabbit. Now I just want to have Peeps going. It's time to go in the dip. Because the sugar would burn and there'd be paints, like there'd be color seeping into the cocoa.
No, but I have creme bruleed them before. I've caramelized the sugar on them before.
You're just making them more resistant to damage. That's all. You're strengthening them
It,
for
well,
a
it
cruel
gives you that
world.
it gives you that crunch that you're looking for from them being a little stale.
instead of gritty, they're crunchy.
Yeah.
They're normally pretty gritty. It's like here,
They look
have some
very horrified.
some
Though.
granulated sugar to chew on.
What's wrong with chewing on flavored granulated sugar
So much.
Again, grit.
around a marshmallow? It's better than coconut on a marshmallow.
Oh, you shut your mouth.
Look at you, Snowball. You
Well,
go to hell.
snowballs aren't even marshmallows. They're kind of like something else. It's not quite a marshmallow.
So yeah, before we start, we should talk about our sponsors.
Peeps.
We should talk about our sponsors. Let's talk about World Anvil, the most robust world building and campaign management software that exists on the internet today. How do I know? Well, I've tried them all, and they have over 200,000 active users. So we can't beat that. I mean, they're going to try, and I'm sure they're doing great with it. But once you get to 200,000 active users, you are the best, the most successful, the most amazing campaign and management building software on the market. That's that. So I would just go there and do all your campaign building, your novel writing, your note taking right there in World Anvil. You won't be disappointed. I promise. Yeah? Everyone agree? Good. Okay, just checking.
You won't be.
There's a Peeps cereal.
Gross.
All right.
Nope. Nope, and out of that.
Just gotta make sure to
What do you
sprinkle some
think
sugar
you're
on top.
buying when you buy the Peeps? They just
Oh, that's it. It's just
It's just
cereal.
little
It's-
Peeps. That's all it is.
No, it's just normal
Full-size
size Peeps. Our
You need
cereal.
an extra big spoon.
It's like the frosted wheats, the
No,
gigantic
Logan.
fucking
Logan, you
one
don't
frosted.
understand. It's full-size Peeps, but they still need to make them bite-sized pieces, so there's just heads and tails.
Oh
Oh, I
god.
like it.
Do you
Those
Apparently,
damn-
it's
Then
just
they
cereal that
recoat them
tastes
in
like
sugar,
sugar. It's cereal but tastes like sugar, and that's it. But there used to be Peeps
Do you-
Creamer as well. There's a whole lot of Peep stuff. Yeah.
I've seen the Peeps Creamer, and I was disturbed by it then.
Oh my god. Somebody in my family, the Cold Stone Creamery ice cream creamer is good. But somebody in my family used to eat cornflakes, but then pour sugar on them, but then wouldn't let us buy sugary cereal. I'm like, this is the same thing. You
It's
just
very different.
covered
This
sugar.
one requires work.
Yeah, seriously.
So
Yeah.
please go to World Advil and take a look at them. Next, let's talk about Die Hard Dice, a wonderful and amazing dice company that sponsors our network and this show specifically. You can toss your dice all over the floor. You can buy Die Hard Dice at dieharddice.com, and you can use a coupon code Countless Heroes for 15% off. You will not be disappointed with these dice. They are just really incredible. They are the best dice that I've ever seen, and I am getting a first-hand look behind the scenes right now of some special projects that they're working on, and with some of our creators. Their attention to detail is impeccable. They've gone through several different color adjustments and are working to make sure that we've got the exact best product we can for our partners and our creators. They're incredible. So definitely worth taking the time and effort to go take a look at their products and then maybe buy some. And if you do, make sure you use the coupon code Countless Heroes so you get that good discount. We're proud to be part of the Nerdsmith network. You can go to nerdsmith.org to see all the amazing shows over there, including Champions of the Earth, Countless Heroes, that's us, Discover RPG, Final Rights, Kajari's Curious Crafts, Plot Hunters, Chaotic Goodness,
Homebrew Studio.
Homebrew Studio, Introverts Guild, The Land Above, Homebrew Studio. Just go over there and take a look. There's 100 good shows. Okay, there's 15 or 16 good shows. We only have 50 or 60 shows. I wasn't saying there's only 15 like out of 100. They're all good, and we have 15 or 16 of them. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly how many. But go take a look because they're all awesome. And next week, guys, a week from yesterday, we will start our sub drive, which means that we have our big subscription push. We only do it once a year for the drive over there. And this, sorry, I got to fix something real quick.
It happens.
This
Great.
allows
Okay.
us to earn money. We ask for people to pledge to subscribe for a year to the network to help support all the amazing shows that we do. You get to support the shows directly by giving them what we call creator coins. So each subscription tier has a different amount of creator coins you then assign to the shows, and each one of those is cash money in that show's pocket every single month. So it helps support the creators, so we can continue to help create amazing shows like we have been, not like this show, but other shows that are better shows with not as much content. This is a good show. I like it, but it's a lot of content. We think less content is better, but that's why we didn't want to take any of that money. Was that
Like,
less?
move on.
A
Great
smaller
way
amount,
of playing
higher
down our
quality
show.
content is better than just putting out 5 episodes a week. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. But that's why we didn't want to take your money. So what we decided to do was we gave all of the money that comes through, all the subscriptions and the bits and everything that come through to this show, to the Trevor Project. And you can go to thetrevorproject.org for more information about that amazing charity. All right. Russell.
Hey, Russell.
Rustifer.
So we've done our recap. We've done our ads. I think it's time that we get started with items of the shenanigans. So my brain is broken.
Yeah,
Countless
I don't have an
Heroes.
intro for this show. We're not like cutting to it.
But
So what do you guys want to do?
I want to go home to Cinderhaven, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, there's kind of a war going on. We probably should look into that.
If there is a portal involved, I would like to go through it first.
Is there any? It's better than fighting to be last. Is there anybody here who can cast teleport now?
Nah.
Nope.
Where is Glitter?
Home. So, so you are standing inside of the mansion that was created by GB. GB left this morning. Actually,
Right, I
GB
was
would
really-
left yet.
I was really hoping for a Logan impression of GB, but you know.
Yeah, me too.
GB left yesterday, along with the last of the crew, leaving only the 6 of you behind, and maybe a couple of the other crew are packing up the last few things to get ready to come back. Your friend Horace is going to be coming back to pick you up today, and will be returning you home. The mansion is going to poof out of existence here. Well, pretty much any minute as you're waking up and getting ready, at which point you will be ejected Scooby-Doo style out the front door, as opposed to Fresh Prince style, and landing somewhere in the ground in front. Joe, has it been more than a week since you were here last?
I believe so, yes.
Did it only last a week, or
Oh, it's 10 days.
so were you
It's
here?
still,
10 days?
yeah,
It's still there.
it's still there.
But probably, like, pretty soon after we leave, it's going to be trees again.
Yeah. So it is a barren wasteland around you. The one beautiful sight of 8 trees that was occasionally outside of one of the windows is no longer there, as Twiggy went home with Soxy and is finding it probably very difficult to live within the confines of the city at this point. Probably staying near parks and things near their house. But yeah, so it's 6 of you, a couple of workers cleaning some last things up, making sure they don't leave behind anything. The captain's orders were very specific. They didn't want anything left behind if they could help it, or if they did, they want it burned and destroyed.
We can leave that to the I believe they were ape monkeys. They will burn anything.
They were very
we
good
leave
at
behind.
burning things, yes. Spider monkeys, literal spider monkeys.
Great.
You're welcome.
You won't use the bag while we're here or after we leave, because
Yeah,
if you
yeah, yeah.
pull
If
out
it's
his
dumb or something,
body, it's
but we should leave it
probably
here.
Let's just
and not
leave
come
it
back.
here, throw it
Yeah,
on
let's
the
do it now.
ground. Yeah, why don't we do that right now? Who
Fuck
has not
you.
pulled from the hag bag?
How many times has everyone pulled from the hag bag?
Foster has not pulled from the hag bag.
You wanna leave it up to the Foster?
Jesus.
You can always resummon him if something really
This
bad
is a
happens.
good point.
Foster, listen. I'm going to ask you to do something, and I am sorry. But goodbye.
I won't make any peanut butter jokes.
Or not goodbye. Time will tell.
This is the worst game of Honey Heist ever.
All right. So is Foster really doing this? I think he has the intelligence to do it.
If he's
Yeah.
allowed to stick his head in, he will.
Okay, sure. Why not?
What a precedent to set for him. If he's allowed to stick his head in something, he's gonna do it.
Why the heck not?
Don't kink shame him. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
All right. So Lark, please roll a percentile for Foster as Foster sticks his head into the bag, and I will describe what Foster pulls out with his mouth.
0 and a
A moment.
10, so I think it's just 10.
0 to 10.
Is
Is the
100?
10 a 1 through 10, or is it a 10 through 00?
It's a.
Is there a single number on every other side,
There's a
or are there
0,
two numbers on
and
every
a-
side?
And a 10.
Okay, so that is 10. Yes.
I was like, damn, Foster rolled 100.
Brings out a sphere of annihilation.
Yeah, he was, clarifying.
think
for a
we've
long
had
time.
Weirdly,
this.
you bring out the dragon mother egg.
I'm
Like,
I'm
that's
pretty
so
sure
weird.
we've had that one. Go ahead and.
Oh shit.
You think we had that one?
I'm pretty sure we've had it, so re-roll it.
Pulls out a tasteful nude of Foster.
It's Foster
does
laying
that just
on
mean
a bare skin rug.
Out of bed. Yeah.
But he's completely shaved. It's his fur.
Yes. It's his fur just laid out on the ground.
Oh my god.
That's disgusting.
And
That's
he's
like,
just
I'm gonna
he's
shave my
making
head
biscuits.
and just make a pillow out of it.
Yes.
32.
32. Oh, all right. So Foster comes out of the bag and he is chewing on something,
Okay.
and it sounds crunchy, and he's not actually like making headway. It's just like he's kind of moving it, and it's like this grating sound against his teeth, like he's like almost like he's eating a rock.
Foster, drop it. Drop it.
What a rude bear.
Did he just swallow it?
No, he's still chewing on it.
Okay. Foster, what do you got?
No.
I'll give you some scratches.
He flops down on his side.
Okay, drop it.
As you start to scratch him, he just kind of like rolls his head back, and then his mouth plops open, and his tongue just flops out to one side, and rolling out from his mouth is a fairly good sized diamond.
Shit.
Fucking hell, Foster.
He's gonna have trouble chewing that.
Yeah.
Yes. Probably
Upon
not
inspection, it looks like it's worth about 300 gold.
Hey,
You know
for
what?
vivified diamond.
You know what? This feels like a good omen. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Either that or
I
it's
agree.
preparing us for what we'll need pretty soon. One way or the other.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Um,
can use that for revivify.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can too now.
Yeah, I forgot. That's also what those mean.
Yeah. Lark, I think since Foster pulled it, you should get to keep that one.
Yes.
Yes.
I will make a collar for him. Put it around his neck, so I always know where
Aw,
there's
that's so
one
nice.
one available.
And he'll be a fancy ass bear.
I have two in my bag too, just in case they're ever needed.
Well, since we're going back to Cinderhaven, I can buy some because I can cast that now. As of about 4 days ago.
You have a spell that casts by diamond?
No,
It's called Pinball.
Oh,
That's valid.
you know what? That's
sugar daddy.
that,
Fifth
we're
level
married.
conjuration.
That's amazing. I cast Sugar Daddy.
I mean, it's basically what warlocks do all the time, anyways.
Right? It's true.
Not wrong.
Well,
Clerics to some extent as well.
is there anything we need to do before we head out, or are we just
I don't think so.
waiting for Horus?
Get
As of
everything?
right now, you're just waiting. I'm just curious what you guys are doing.
We should leave the mansion before it spits us out.
Yes.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, the spitting's never fun.
I think that would end really badly for Owen specifically. The rest of us are pretty big and heavy, and
I'll be fine.
That's right. I gotta load up. Hold on. I gotta go. And so she jumps out of the door and leaves the mansion. Heads to the closest greenery and starts just machete chopping a bunch of greenery and shoving it in her bag. There's not a lot of room since she put all that air shell in there. I gotta have a really good green for Lamina.
That's a good plan. Yeah, I think I'm... Callie checks her bag one more time. I think I'm pretty packed up. I'm gonna go pop outside and make sure the world's not on fire before we leave.
It's a good point.
Syl already
Yeah.
popped out the door.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not catch that. I apologize.
Sorry, she ran outside to go like chop down some foliage to continue collecting for her paint.
My apologies.
That's okay. Was it to check and make sure Syl didn't set the world on fire?
Maybe.
I mean, I'm gonna, but I gotta get famous first.
Okay. Yep, no, I'm ready to leave. Let's go.
Me too.
Goodbye.
Did you just say goodbye to the island?
To whoever is listening, I'm just waiting for my portal.
Fair.
Do you guys need any hands? Callie will call out to the crew that are packing up.
Now? Okay. No, we've got it. Thank you. We got it. Everything's packed, ready to go. They're sitting on a couple of boxes.
Hope you filled up on food before the mansion goes away.
Well, ideally, given that it is teleportation, travel time should not be too significant.
Should we try and find him? Maybe send him a sending? Figure out, make sure the island didn't eat him?
They're coming back at the same place. I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we know. Yeah, we know where the circle is being set up. Maybe we should just head over there.
No
Makes
circle.
sense.
I thought that GB had made a circle.
Well, he had started this whole it's a large area. It's the whole section
Okay.
of the island.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I was
It's
confused.
it's in a large, few mile radius of that
Got it.
of the obelisk.
Okay, got it. So nothing we need to do then other than wait.
Pretty much.
Does it seem like it's taking longer than we would expect?
You're not sure exactly when they're coming. I was curious about what you guys might be doing while waiting.
Collecting foliage.
Yeah, Primart is pretty much just like touching all the trees around.
Lark will finish up his last entry. He's been writing down all of his sendings, the story, so he actually has it all written down in a larger format that he can hand over.
Owen's just doing circles with Evangeline, watching the horizon, making sure nothing's approaching.
Callie's meditating.
All right. So it's another few hours before Horace returns. The mansion is gone, and the two crewmen are probably falling asleep on top of the boxes. They got up very early to make sure everything was done.
Syl tries at some point to very gently paint a smiley face on one of their cheeks.
All right. Music's
Oh.
with a flash of sound and kind of the push of air, Horace returns. He looks okay. There's nothing wrong or anything. He smiles and,
How was the
"You
trip?
ready?"
Oh, very much.
Yes.
Sorry, that's not what he sounds like, but yeah. So he turns and he looks at the others and wakes them up. He kicks the box a little bit and comments on the smiley face, and they start bringing the boxes over and to where he's going to be setting up the teleportation. And he starts to cast. A moment later, the 9 of you teleport and return to Cinderhaven. You are teleported to your guild hall, to the main floor of your guild hall. It's empty. It's a little dusty. trying to remember where we left it last. It wasn't in pieces. It was
Yeah,
fixed,
it had
right?
been fixed.
Yeah. But the doorway was still there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a park course.
The park course.
The park course, yes. Anyone and everyone else here who came home yesterday and the day before has already gone home. It's literally just the 6 of you as the crew. Horses, goodbyes. The crews grab the equipment and start heading off.
Thank you, Horace.
Yeah, thank you.
Anytime. Yes,
Do you need
I
a
will
place to stay?
be around. No, we are joining the other ship until a new one can be sent.
Oh,
We'll stay in touch. I'll miss you.
All right. Have a good one. Enjoy being home.
will do.
Still kind of looks like she's doing a pee dance, trying to be polite.
She was just doing the same thing.
Well, I should probably check in with work.
That's a great idea. I think we should all check in with people we want to check in with.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, hold on.
And Syl will give each person a hug.
I just didn't want to not do that.
Beer Forge.
Yeah.
Lunch. Later.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You guys let go.
Okay.
Primer
each of
puts
you
his
walk-
hand. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Primer puts his hands under Callie's chin, under Callie's chin, and lifts it up and kisses her on the lips and says, "We'll meet you at the temple. Check on the foster home. I'm gonna go check on the estate.
Yeah. Give flash scratches for me.
We'll do." He takes off.
You named a home after Foster. Thank you.
Welcome.
That is so kind.
Foster's home for imaginary graph paper children.
So many.
Amazing. Why don't you go take off and go see Jastra and the kids? I know they'll be excited to see you.
Possibly, yes. I will see you guys later.
All right. Meet you back at the Beer Forge.
As you head out into the city, things are a little gray. There isn't as much excitement, and I don't just mean that emotionally, I mean that physically as well. The snow has all melted away, and even though no one on the street seems to be too concerned about it, there is a very light amount of ash that is falling from the sky. As you look into it later, you find out that there are large amounts of fields and even a city that is being burned very, very far north towards the border, but that the ash has come and falling all down the coastline.
Yeah, considering it's summertime, snow is not.
That's why I
At
said
all.
the snow's all gone, but there
Yeah,
was
it's-
snow on the
well,
ground when you
the
left.
idea-
So
Yeah, it was
Okay.
concerning. I'm just saying it would be concerning if I thought it was snow
okay,
at first.
no, it's
Sorry.
not that. It's not even that thick. It's just little bits and particles here and there. It's not
Got
like
it.
coating anything. But in areas where the wind blows into a corner or something, it gathers there and yeah. You head off into your respective directions, and like I said, the city just doesn't feel as exciting as it did, as happy as it did when you left. There are less people around than you would expect, especially given the hero send-off that you were given, although you didn't expect the hero's return, but you thought maybe a few. But even then, just for a day in summer, as you're walking through, especially anyone that goes to Barrel Run sees there's a lot less people wandering around than what you would expect. Oh, and as you check in with work, you find out that there was several different organizations started for defending the city and the country. There's now a standing army that has been trained, and they've sent not only the first but now the second wave of troops up north, most of which on both were Cinderhaven citizens. Nearly 20% of the population. A militia was also formed. People who wanted to fight but didn't quite make the cut started a militia, and those have also traveled north, another 5% roughly of the population. And this is happening cities across the entirety of the country. They're taking and building militias and training military to send to the border to fight off Kyros. Every day, reports of the names of the people who have died are posted. On some boards that are relatively well maintained, there are 10 pages attached on top of each other. Nearby, on most of them, there's also pages of the Kyrosian deaths, just to make sure that people, if they had friends or family there, could know. A few of them have been graffitied. Some of them in big red letters say good.
Does Owen recognize any names on either side?
I'm sure that Owen would, considering he was there to train some of the first troops, and especially since a lot of the first troops and the people that were doing the training were the people you trained to protect this city, the guards. Yes, I'm sure there's a couple of names probably on each list that Owen would recognize.
He writes down all the names he recognizes.
The city itself has been doing well. It's been thriving. The adventurers guilds here have kept it in the black, shall we say. Funded the military, funded the training, funded the magic needed. Arland has a full shop now that is open. It is ready for orders or to sell things anytime, any day. The only competition in town is the Sub-Rosarium, who has also opened more of an exclusive sort of very ritzy shop in the Pearl District. This shop is more like a jewelry store. All of the items behind arcane rune protected glass and brought out on little felt pads, and the more expensive stuff kept behind the counter and order forms and things. So, who do you check on first? Who wants to go first? Boy, after describing it, everyone's like, nope.
Sure, Prime will go. Prime Heart will
All
check
right,
on
Prime
his.
Heart, where are you going?
He would, I guess, because he's within the city, he probably would go to the tea garden first. Check on Kurt.
All right, so you head over to the tea garden, and Kurt Bramblenut is there, along with his wife, Janet?
Clara.
Clara? Where did I get Janet from? Clara.
World Anvil.
Maybe. So I thought we had a Janet in this game. So Kurt Bramblenut and his wife Clara are there tending to a few people, and things look good. They're happy. They're all smiles.
How are the gardens?
They're good, but not great. There's some weeding that needs to be done, and there's some some buds that need to be snipped and things, especially middle of
Nice.
summer now. It's a little overgrown here and there, but well watered, and healthy.
Primer would just introduce, say, "I'm back," and then he would give them hugs if they wanted it, and then scamper off to the estate, check on the estate, make sure everything's cool there.
You get out to the estate and everything is great there. You have a couple of notices on your door that are requesting that you stop by the assayer's office in Cinderhaven to set up an appointment, have them come out and show you where your property lines are, to give you an official deed to your property from the city.
Perfect.
What else? Okay, Syl.
Okay, Syl makes your way over to the Guildsman's District, and
Which you're already in.
which I'm already in, and I go to my workshop, which got retrofitted into like a artist commune before I left. I had left
Right.
Dub in charge of that, and Wit and Allure, so she basically just shuffles on home.
As you come in, nobody is there, but there is this huge canvas along one wall. It's probably 7 feet tall by 9 feet wide, and it is a painting of the sun of the cliff face, right up by where. Right at the edge where you would look at the boat lift. You can see the boat lift there, and behind it is this beautiful sunset, and it's really, really, really well done. Very masterful use of color, and there is a note sitting next to it, next to a dirty paintbrush.
Syl will spend a couple minutes staring at the painting real close first, looking for like the brush strokes, and she really likes the looking back at a painting to see the macro view, but then also looking really, really close, you can kind of see a painter's technique, so that's what's really, really fun. And then she will look at the note. But she got very distracted by the painting at first because it was very impressive.
It says, "Meet me here at sunset." Dub.
I should stop. I told him. That's right. I was like, I should stop wondering why he knows where I am, but I told him that we were coming back. So that was silly. Okay. And then
Also, your friends have been here for 2 days. Some of them.
That too. The boulders down in the basement. We moved it down there for secret working purposes. So Syl's gonna drop her stuff off. She doesn't really drop her stuff off. She is gonna go down to the basement. She has to go down to the basement and check out the boulder.
As you get down to the boulder, there is a next to it on the table. The only thing that's been disturbed down here is there's one thing that's been added. There's a new little sketchbook sitting next to it.
Ooh.
And as you take a look inside, you recognize Dub's sketching, although it's gotten a little bit improved. Obviously, he's been practicing, especially if you jump to the middle. The book is literally filled with 10 to 20 different just random sketches of what the Goa could look like on every page, front and back. It's very obvious he has spent a lot of time down here contemplating the bolt.
No one's in the room to hear Syl go. And she will, off to the side in the room, maybe she'll make a little space and basically unload all the air shells she'd collected. And on like a workstation or a workbench or something they might have some sort of to do finer work, carving work, she will put the little piece the golf ball sized piece of yellow air shale. Actually, no, she changes her mind and she puts that in her pocket. But she dumps the rest of the air shale in that room. Not that it's gonna feel lighter to not have it in there, but she wants to
It's
make
safer
sure.
this way,
Yeah, it's with the other things she wanted to group it with. So
especially since you've run into someone who was trying to destroy one of the bags you were carrying.
yes. So she will drop that off. And she will go into her and Dub's room, find a statue that might have some blank space on it, painting space, and will just do some neat little patterns and swirls and stuff in some of the lamina green that she's been making a ton of. So she's just getting stuff out, getting her energy out a little bit with some detail pattern work that she's doing really quickly on one side of the probably busted statue that's in her room.
So there, as you go in there, there's a statue, one that you've used to practice face painting on, or different things. Is these just for practice, or do you decorate them and then you're done with them?
Some of them are for practice, but
Okay.
he just decorates them at a whim.
So on this one, there is something you didn't do. It looks like someone, probably Dub, since this is your room, has been painting on the face of one of these things, and it's got this beautiful sort of almost like tree, trying to think what the tree thing is. All these leaf patterns all the way down to the sides, and it goes through all of the different seasons all the way down, and it almost like halos down the sides of the face of this, and there's like some branches that kind of just go down the face, and there's a note on it.
She admires the painting for about a minute, and then she looks at the note.
And it says, "I think this would look good on you."
Damn it! And she she folds the notes up and puts them in her pocket. And she just sort of thinks on the painting for a while, like, oh, okay, I could do that. So I got that color. Okay, I could do that. That I might change that just a little bit, but I won't tell him. And yeah, so she's just admiring it.
Two of the colors are colors that you have never seen before. They're just slightly off. And as you explore the room a little bit more, the painting supplies, you find two brand new paint colors there, like a green and an orange.
She will take them and put them in her bag, and she doesn't know what to do now. There's like nobody here. She will go into the middle of the workshop, and she will let out a very, very loud, just exuberant shout, because she just is like, oh my god, I'm home.
All right.
And then I guess we'll maybe go to the roof and just enjoy the view for a little while. That's, I think, where she'll be for a while.
All right. Who wants to go next? Lark.
So I'm going back to my tree house that may or not
Okay.
be. I don't know what's
Your tree mansion, but sure.
It's been expanded upon, I'm sure.
Yes, it's now a series of basically 7 different tree houses, each with 1 to 2 rooms, each one having a purpose and a way to get from each one, enclosed like a hallway, basically. That might be ramp-like or what, but they're all enclosed. It starts, the only way in is the original tree house that you built, and the foyer now, And as you go in, there's all the different pieces of decoration that Lark has chosen, and different gifts set in a very prominent, very respectful and put on display, as if the person that put these things here wants to make sure that you understand that this is the first thing that they wanted you to see in this house as you come in, that these are the important things that are in this house.
Okay. When I get in there, I'll turn around if nobody's there to greet me. I'm gonna go to the bottom.
Not in the foyer.
I'm gonna leave real quick and go to the bottom of the original slide I had.
Okay.
And use my sending stone to send Jastra that's the only person it goes to. So meet me at the bottom of the slide for a hug.
Jastra has learned to just do, because no matter how ridiculous a thing it might sound like, and a few minutes later, with no answer, no response, she comes sliding gracefully down the slide.
She doesn't get to the ground. I'm gonna grab her as she and give her a hug.
She giggles and hugs you, kisses you.
I'm home.
I see that.
Ooh. How are you?
Wonderful.
Me too. How are the boys?
Quiet. It's almost as if they knew.
I am sorry that I was not able to finish my story. I needed another 250 days away. But I have written it down, and here you go.
Well, you can tell them over the next 250 days.
Mm-hmm. We can.
And we can take 250 years if necessary.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have that in me, but I don't know. I may pass away before that, but I will enjoy every minute with you during.
All right, 150 years. She grabs your hat and pulls it over your face.
I am also, yes. There are in the story there are other voices, and maybe you could handle them, because I've been having a hard time doing the other voices, the other characters.
What about Foster? Maybe Foster can handle them.
Oh yes, he's here. He is. He is ferocious now.
I can tell.
He's been training with Pip.
Has he taught him how to do the hunting dance?
Oh yeah, all of the dances.
I would like to see that.
Foster, do the serenade dance.
Foster falls over. Perfect.
He just wants some scratches.
And she goes over and she leans down and starts scratching.
So I don't know what to do now. Would you like? Can you show me around?
Show you.
It looks a little.
This
bit
was all
bigger.
here. Most of this was here. Okay, they added one more. Room. It's a new master suite, evidently. And the old one will be turned into the second bedroom. I don't know. They're ridiculous. They come by twice a day. They bring way too much food. We have so many chocolates.
Yeah, that is a good problem to have. We could
No,
delay.
it's a very bad problem to have.
Give some to Gervais.
Well, Gervais is here a lot too, which is good. She's been amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
She started a garden.
To the master suite. We'll just kind of hang out there a little bit, and then we'll then go to the rest of the house.
We have a way to get into that room directly now. That way we don't have to go through the entire house. It's right by the garden, and they take you out back, and Javea and her started a garden. It's this actually fairly large plot, enough for a couple hundred plants or something, and it's right next to the village, which is still there, pretty much being unused. Uh, anyway, it's and congratulations, you own all this land now.
Oh, what am I gonna do with it? We should help those in need.
Legally. All right. How do we do that?
The village is available.
Okay. So who
I
is
will
that
talk to
in
Callie.
need? Fine.
She started a home and named it after Foster.
She started a foster home. Never mind.
Yes, that's what I
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
It's for orphans.
Hmm.
We could start a village.
It takes a village to raise
I've heard this.
kids. I've told you, Ben.
I think Foster would make an excellent mother.
It is
So-
good to be.
So she'll take you up to show you the new master bedroom, the nice big plush bed they have that's actually long enough for Lark. And of course you go into your kids and you see Javea, yeah. So you have a good meeting for right now. Who's next? Joan.
I think actually Jay. I think Jay might have been trying to go, but we can't hear you if you're talking, Jay.
I didn't push to talk, so like I
Oh.
didn't. My hand was nowhere near my keyboard.
Did you want to go?
I can.
I just want to make sure we could hear you, but either way.
All right, Oshin, let's go with you.
Okay. I am going back to my house.
All right. Sounds like fun. So you get back to your house. You go inside. The swirling purple portal of death is there to remind you of how awesome it is to be home. And you head upstairs, and it's quiet. You enter into the little foyer there, and there's no one there. It's a little sitting room, and it's just empty. Must be somewhere else now.
Oshin starts to take the bag off, then remembers all the stuff that I think that is in there for Pinball. It's just kind of sighs and puts it back on and drops the weapons on like the couch, and then goes to look for them.
Safest place
All
for
right.
the weapons on the couch.
On the couch, perfect.
Somewhere.
Not dangerous at all. This is only the guest couch. Nobody actually sits on it.
It's true.
Might as well. It's better than wrapping in plastic. I'll tell you. So you head on, and as you open the next door across the house, you can hear the three of them playing some silly game. You don't know what it is, but they're obviously talking and kind of chittering, and making weird noises and laughing their butts off.
Oshin will just knock on the door and wait for them to open the door.
As you knock on the door, you hear two in sync voices say, "Dad!" And you hear kitty zooms like up to the door. One of them hits the door though, kind of slams into the back of it. You're not sure which. Well, you know which. And Pinball comes and opens the door. But before it gets even more than 2 inches open, they're already fighting to be through the door, climbing over each other to get to you. And they both start climbing up, one up each pant leg, as they leap and claw their way up into your arms. And they're just like rubbing and nuzzling you. As Pinball opens the door, and then you see it. Or rather, you don't see it. Pinball has shaved. He looks goofy. He looks young. He looks really sort of ridiculous. His hair is all one color. He does not have the white streak in it right now. And he looks really sort of stupid.
Wait, hi.
Hi. And he just comes in and gives you a big hug and a kiss. How are you?
I'm good. Glad I'm here.
He kind of holds his hand against your cheek and just stares into your eyes. Kisses you again.
You look different.
He starts looking down and around his clothes, which look normal. What? Oh, yeah. What do you think? He like he kind of like turns aside. Pretty striking, huh? Yeah.
I am not the right person to ask because I always think that you look very.
I'm thinking of keeping it. I think I should just stay like this forever.
Well, if you like it, then
He like
that's
turns this side, then turns this side. No. And he just gets this big mischievous grin on his face. And he says, or someone was trying out new spells and got some sort of bubblegum-like substance
okay.
throughout
That
my entire
makes
beard yesterday.
more sense.
We were trying to create balloons. It did not work.
Okay, that.
So it'll be back in about a week. Okay?
Okay.
Maybe 2. Well, not fully, but enough to get rid of this horrible visage. And he gives you another hug and a kiss. And that's when the kids had to have enough and they're like, "You gross," and leave. Or at least jump down and like start going off in the corner.
I brought things. They were used for magic, so I thought I should bring it back for you. I've got.
I love things used for magic. You always bring me the best gifts. Although somebody mentioned a skeleton, some sort of skeleton, and some dead thing, somebody dead but brought back to life with a.
I don't
What?
think.
It's gone crazy over there.
Yeah, the magic on that island is really weird.
Oh, I can't wait
I
to
don't
go.
think that we got. When did you want to go?
When it's safe. At
That's
least
a good
safer when we're ready to start studying, and once we have some security and some, maybe after all this war is over, like maybe next year, after our vacation.
Yes. Well, I brought air shell, and there's something from a bug. It was magic. I don't know what you can use it for, but you could use it for something. And there was a tree that had skyberries on it, so I got some that aren't dried. But
Oh, that's
they might.
interesting.
There's all sorts of really interesting things, but I'm glad I'm back.
I'm just glad you're back.
Me too.
Things haven't been the best here. We're trying. Keep the spirits up. The Corrosians they're very dedicated, very determined.
Yes. Well, hopefully we will fix that soon.
Yes. And seeing the Nocturne the other day was difficult.
What happened? I didn't want to
It
tell anyone.
came out of the Temple District right onto Barrel Road. It was light. Luckily, it was early in the morning, but I was there. I didn't have anything prepared. I wasn't expecting anything like that. Guess we've gotten too complacent. It turned and attacked a woman. I didn't know her, but she died. And then it ran off.
Sorry.
I thought that was over with. I thought they couldn't be here anymore. I don't know how or why.
I don't know. Oh, there's more time for that later. I have to go back to lunch later, but I can spend some time here with you.
Good. And the kids have been missing you like crazy, although maybe not one of them more than the other. Kind of looks like glitter.
Yes. Well,
GB's notes were very helpful. He stopped by. We understand. We actually think with all the stones activated, we can unlock teleportation across the entire island.
that's good. And then you study and learn more. And
We'll only need to activate 2 more stones with his formula.
Okay.
That School of Invention is very interesting. I thought it was a bunch of hocus pocus, but he's very good.
yes, it is. It's been helpful for. He made this mansion that we stayed in instead of camping. That was nice. Not as good as this one.
Well, that one's temporary, I believe. It only lasts every so often.
Yes, and there were so many people in.
But then again, my houses only seem to last so long also.
I don't know. This one's fine. The tower's been, some of the times it's been Moe's, so that really doesn't.
Oh, okay. Good to know. So you're going to spend the rest of the time, at least before lunch, with him. Owen?
Owen is going to take his list and he is going to contact as many family members as he can in the afternoon, or at least loved ones and people close to those who
Okay.
know.
By letter, or are you going to do sending? Or
He's going to find as many of them as he can.
oh, locally
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. And so you'll spend some time speaking with each of them. For the most part, they all they've been grieving, obviously, but they're supportive of what's happening. The defense of the nation. So everyone is pretty much feels very righteous. The idea that we didn't start it, and it's for the most part the propaganda that's been put out by the country's government, that is also the city's government for the most part, has been accurate, at least from what you guys have learned. That they are, a little zealous, they're religious, and they want to either convert to loyalists or kill anybody that doesn't agree. And it's kind of frightening. For the most part, people are scared.
He'll do his best to comfort those who need it.
And I know that you'll do a good job with your persuasion of plus 87. How much is it now?
I think 15?
Yeah, fuck you. Jesus, plus 15. That means your passive persuasion is a 25. You are literally just persuading people with a 25 all the time. That's how charismatic you are.
If it makes you feel better, it can only increase by 2 by the end of the campaign. So, we're almost
Well,
at
that does
40.
make me feel better. Yeah. Until you get to epic level, or to get epic level boons.
Fair.
All right. And anything else that Owen wanted to do, or is he just going to spend the day
He-
doing that when he's not having lunch with everyone?
I mean, that he's also going to obviously check in with the council, of whom he probably knows 3 members now because they rotate through people as they die.
They've actually, for the most part, the council's still intact. There's been a few people that have had to rotate out. Damn it, I should have gotten their names pulled up. Who's the Dragonborn? What was it?
Jinroth.
Jinroth?
Jinroth. Jinroth is actually serving in the military now. He's taken a position of leadership and is at the front line. And you don't really know the people who have replaced them. because they've been mostly from other cities, because this is now more of a official country government as opposed to just city, but they're taking on the mantle of doing both the country and the city's work right now as they transition.
For the most part, Owen will take the most time checking in with Holly.
Yeah, you check in with Holly. The hospital is up and running. It's been fully built and has started to be used. But she's mostly been training people because she is now in charge of training field medics for the war effort. So that is what she's been spending her time doing in addition to the administrative work of running the hospital and the hospital. But as she jokes horribly, the nice thing is that with 25% less of the population, there's 25% less people in the hospital. People also aren't going out and getting drinking and doing stupid things, and so there has been less use of the hospital than she would have expected, giving her time to train the field medics. Okay.
Yeah.
And Callie.
So Callie is going to make a quick stop on her way to the orphanage and just pop by a bakery and get a bunch of like donuts and sweets and little little fun tchotchkes and things, and
Okay.
head over to the orphanage.
What? So the orphanage is a fairly large building, right? That you purchased or rented or something.
It was Afro's old home.
Oh, that's right. It was that. That's right. Okay, so it's a smaller. It's a home. It's a good size, 3-bedroom or so.
Mhm.
So you head over there.
Yeah, and she hasn't seen it since she left.
Sorry.
She'd asked her in charge.
Yeah. So there is now a sign. What was the name of it? Do you remember? Did you make some?
I did. It was the Vassifer Home for Children.
Right. So there's a beautiful sign now out front, kind of mounted into the dirt, that says the Vassifer Home for Wayward Children or whatever. And what was it? The Vassifer
For kids who
Home for
can't read
children.
good.
for kids who can't read. What is it? An orphan home for ants?
Can't do other things good or something.
What? Sorry. What was it? Tess?
It was just the Vassifer Home for Children.
Okay, the Vassifer Home for Children. All right, so yeah, and as you go in, there's a lot of noise here. The front room has been turned into a little bit of kind of an office, a little desk there for greeting people, and there's a one of those half doors has been put as kind of a separation, the ones that can open the top or both the top and bottom. So it's open, but you can hear some children inside. All in all, there are 12 children living here right now. And as you run in with Astrid, she greets you and smiles and gives you a big hug. Says that things are going extremely well. He introduces you to all the children, tells you their stories, and they're ranging. Their age range is anywhere from 2 to probably 15. I don't know, 15 is an adult in this system. 2 to 12. And they show you the education systems they've set up and the people who bring food by and all this amazing, wonderful stuff. And in the end, after you're done with the children, she takes you aside and she tells you that there are still dozens of children that need help that they just don't have the room or the resources for at this point. And she said she started to reach out to a few groups, but she was asking if you wouldn't mind reaching out to the Sub-Rosarium and finding out if they would be willing, as one of the larger groups in town, be willing to maybe look at purchasing a larger building or maybe more buildings across the city, so we could expand.
I will definitely talk to them. I also have some other ideas. I think Primehart and I have a little bit more land now too. We might be able to put something up on the property if he's all right with it. And of course, there's the temple if we need to expand that way too. With the conflict looming, I imagine that it's been difficult.
Yes.
I will see what I can do. I definitely want to make sure everybody has a place.
Yeah. Okay, so you finish up there. What else did you want to do?
Head over to sorry. She's gonna head over to her temple and just check it out and see how everything's going over there.
So while the temple is standing and being taken care of by your volunteers, um, without somebody there to actually speak the word, it hasn't grown at all. But you still have all of the followers you had before, and they're very excited to have you back, and can't wait to hear all of the amazing things that you've learned on Lemon Island.
And she's very excited to share what she learned about the Dragon Mother as well. She's overjoyed to see, Prime Heart got to see her, and so she's very excited about that. She's also gonna look into if there's any, with the influx of people leaving the city, or if there's any buildings for sale that are not super expensive nearby the orphanage on the way back too.
Okay. Some of us work on later, I think.
No problem.
Something I can answer right now.
No problem. Yeah.
Anything else you want?
Nope, she'll head over. Yeah, shit. She'll check in with Meryl and oh shit! His name just left my head.
Chips.
No, Rakshasa.
Oh.
She'll check in with the other heads of the guilds.
There you go.
Basically, let her know, because that was her she was the liaison role, so she'll pop in.
Sure.
And...
So you'll check in on Meryl, and she'll have you down for a cup of tea, tell you that everything is going extremely well. That as you get to the ship over there, you see most of the crew from the other ship are also here, helping out and taking on some of the role. And she tells you everything's doing really good. As you go and see Hastur? No. Hastur is Hastur is the elder god. Hasko, he's got a big grin for you. He gives you a huge hug, and he says, thank you so much for leaving town. You left a big void, and we made a lot of money.
I'm
Really
glad you're
appreciate
happy.
that. Very, very generous of you. Thank you. For us to be able to take such a large percentage of your work, it was very generous.
Yes, it's exactly like why we did at Hasko. It's good to see you too.
I suspected that you did it just for me, just for us. I know that Bad Company was exceptionally appreciative, although they don't speak ill of your name anymore, which is very interesting. You must have impressed them.
Nor do we of them.
That is doubly interesting. Not many people can count Bad Company as allies, although I don't know that I'd publicize that.
There is enough work, I'm sure, in the city for all of us.
No, you'd be surprised right now.
Not so much right now with the conflict looming, eh?
Well, we are out finding our own fun, looking for our own jobs. The for-hire community seems to have died.
Oh well, business is what it is then, huh?
It is what it is, and it always has been, and it always shall be. Thank you again. I really can't thank you enough.
Well, we're back in town and just wanted to check in and make sure everything was going well.
You'd be happy to know that we added the Valkyrie to our list.
Oh, nice.
They are among our ranks now.
Excellent.
We're very happy about them.
They seemed like a good group.
You've met all of them.
Some of them, not all.
All right.
Well, I'll get out of your hair. I just wanted to let you know we were back and that I'm glad business was doing well for you.
Yes, thank you very much. Is there anything you need? I do feel like I should return the favor.
At the moment, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I will be in touch if I can think of something.
Take the favor with my blessing.
All right, you take care.
I always do.
And she'll head off to the beer forge.
Okay. So it's lunchtime. In between hunting down people and all the different things. Some of this stuff you guys did probably was before and after lunch, but it is lunchtime and it's time to head to the beer forge. It's been months since you've been here. It's been months since you've been graced with the presence. And as you walk in, not much has changed. It is about halfway full. A few people that recognize you wave. People who were there for your parade, and they get excited and they see you and they appreciate who you are and what you've done for the city. There's a couple of people playing some music up on the stand. Nobody recognized, and they're okay. They're not great, but they're okay. It's midday. And sitting behind the bar is Ivy, along with a couple of her dwarven, I was going to say servants, but that's not right. Servers, employees. Thank you. In the bar, behind her, sitting up above, or actually across on the wall behind her, is the photo that was given to her by Connor of all of the original heroes of Cinderhaven.
Hello, Ivy.
Oh, not you again. She grins. Starts pouring her milk.
Oh, no. I just, I have the greatest thing. I bring my own with me. Could I just pay for the glass, please?
Yes, you may. And she pours out the milk and puts a glass up there.
I rolled a 1.
All right. Oh, that is buffalo. Or is it bison? Buffalo? I think it's buffalo.
It is buffalo today. Would you like to try it? Your glass is free. You own them all.
No, I would not like to try it. Thank you.
Very well. There's more for me. It is endless, I think, but it's fine. Good day. I'm gonna go. I'll be at the table.
Rich, creamy, smooth, and mild is evidently how buffalo milk.
Still don't want it.
Is it? I mean, I would assume it's like slightly. It's like cow milk, but slightly different because that's how buffalo meat is. Is like cow, but
No,
slightly different.
It's buffalo sauce infused milk. It's fine.
Ah.
No. Ivy, could I please get an iron?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
And she pours the iron out and takes one of the hot irons from the fire and dips it in there and makes it extra caramelized for you and slides it over.
I have missed this. Thank you so much. I should probably go in for Prime Heart too. I know he'll want one when it comes in.
All right.
Thank you.
She'll make another. Your table still has the reserve sign on it.
Oh.
Hasn't moved. Looks like it's been there the entire time you've been.
You're the best. We missed you.
I don't have mine.
Yeah, mine's over there.
Mine's hanging on the wall downstairs.
For WonderCon, Heather made us all little reserve sign. Okay. Anyone else?
Owen will just walk in, order a coffee, and just sit down looking tired.
All right.
Till when she gets there, marches proudly up to the bar. And Ivy, I haven't had a lemonade in since the day we left.
That is a long time without a lemonade.
Yeah. Could I have one, please?
Of course. And she makes you up a lemonade. It's nice and cold and frothy.
And it's the right temperature outside for it. Thank you.
There's no wrong temperature outside for cold lemonade. If it's frozen outside, you just leave it out there and let it turn into a lemon sick.
A lemon slushy.
Sure.
Yes.
Or lemon snow.
Well, see, now I'm sad because it's warm outside. It's okay. This will be good. Thank you.
I'm sure that GB can figure out how to summon snow.
I bet it could. Thank you.
Primark walks in and goes up and gets a platter of skewers, just the vegetable ones.
Okay.
It's good to see you, Ivy.
Good to see you, Primark. How are you?
I'm doing better now that I'm home, but it was awesome. So many stories I'll have to tell you.
Everyone came back safe then.
Sure.
She just nods.
Yeah, Ocean shows up last.
Okay.
Stops, stares at the painting for a minute. Can I get an iron?
She smiles. Of course. She makes you an iron up. How is your husband?
He's doing okay.
Did he do it?
It's not.
They were here yesterday when it happened.
Yeah.
And he said he had some ideas, but he had a last resort. Did it? No.
It's not. No.
I see that. You've got to tell him to come in. You have to. Oshin, promise me that you will bring him here.
I will
tonight
ask
or tomorrow,
him.
okay? Oshin,
I can't force him to do
I will
anything.
pay for your children to go to college. Oshin, I
don't think that's a problem.
I know, that's why I'm offering, but I need this. I need to see this. You know what? Never mind. If I don't see him, I'll just come over.
Okay.
I have to see this. Years I have known that man. I have never seen him without a beard.
Okay.
Years.
Oh, Sheen, I got skewers.
Thank you.
We got food.
A
They
little
didn't
while-
try to kill us back.
You have been living in a mansion that would make you any food that you want for 4 months. Don't give me that.
It's not the same as Beer Forge
100
food.
servants that would literally make you anything you want.
We breathed and the world didn't try to kill us.
Hey,
Oh.
So all is well then?
Mostly. You know?
Good.
Could use some more space in the orphanage. There's about 12 children living there now, but there's not enough room for everybody.
I was just talking to Jasper about that. I have a lot of land now, apparently. I don't know what I'm going to do with it all. we should discuss something. We are neighbors and friends.
It's true, we do share a border.
That sounds like a good plan. Astrid was wondering if maybe the Seprasarium would be willing to purchase some larger spaces within the city. But I'm almost wondering if maybe the children out of the city in case there's a conflict isn't a bad idea.
Yes, that'd be a good idea. I'd like to take a group of them to meet the Illithid when we have time to introduce them.
I don't know about that.
Maybe.
We might want to check in and see how they're doing first, just in case they've gotten hungry while we're gone.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
They are misunderstood. I want to show that they are...
Yeah, as a group, yes. As individuals,
This
one of them
group-
did try to eat me.
Oh, don't worry. I
Allegedly.
ate him back.
Well, you know, that's actually exactly what they wanted.
You are welcome.
So, everyone had a good day, and I feel really bad that I forgot to ruin it. So, you know, the sighting of the Nocturne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Pimple about that, and he was there, and he said it attacked someone, and then it disappeared, and
Where was it?
it was leaving the Temple District.
Well,
So, probably where the rest of them were.
I guess that kind of makes sense now that we know that the octogram or whatever wasn't necessarily working for the King of Secrets.
Yeah.
Were there more than one scene? Or is it just the one?
Not as far as I know. Only
Do we have a means to locate it?
Maybe somebody just found the costume and got in it or something.
Those things aren't exactly
It's
costumes.
pretty heavy armor.
I could lift it, I'm
And
sure.
it's-
Oshin could.
It's also filled and wired into a bunch of goopy undead badness.
you know, yes, it would fit me. I prefer not to think about that, though. I. He said that it attacked someone, and I trust that he would know if it was an actual one and not. But he said that it was a secret, but I thought, you know, he should probably know because we know the rest. We know that they're around. They're not just around.
We won't pass it around. I appreciate you telling us.
Yes.
That does unfortunately mean that we're not exactly getting an easy day back, because we probably want to jump on that as quickly as possible.
It's been a few days.
Do you remember what temple? Remember you found a bunch of them. The Nocturne.
Yeah, in Temple District.
Remember where that was?
It was the temple to the Golfim? Was it Golfim? I thought so.
I remember where the building is located.
There was a rat involved in the imagery.
Yes, that's all I remember too.
Might be the place to look.
Sure.
It's definitely worth a shot.
Yes.
Anyone got any magic today that could help with that? Potentially locate them?
I've got a locate object, but not necessarily a locate creature. I don't even know
That's
if they count as
questions.
creatures.
Locate not.
Or does their armor count as part of them?
That's a good question.
The GB could invent one.
I mean, I could always try focusing on the armor or their helmet. I mean, I've been familiar enough with the helmet.
And we removed the helmet before, and I think if you remove part of a creature like that, well, it wouldn't fare so well. So I think it's safe to say that's still an object.
All right. After lunch to the Temple District, then?
Yeah.
Sure.
We might not need a magic and maybe sitting there in the basement. Or standing.
That is also a creepy thought.
The other thing I was thinking of, and this is if we can't get down to the bottom of this whole recurring nightmare, well, it seems like the city could use a bit of a spark, so everyone's a little bit down due to the circumstances. I figure, worst case scenario, we could always put on a show at the Chalice.
I'm in.
Hey.
You know,
That
after the
brings
way
back memories.
the last few months have been, I greatly prefer that.
That is a grand
Yes.
idea. Do the owners? Do we know the owners of the Chalice?
Probably.
I believe so. We've at least spoken with them.
Canonically, I don't know.
The halfling guy?
Economically.
I have.
But yeah, you guys probably know who they are.
When I was on my way home, I saw the sad board that was notifying people of all the people that have passed because of the war.
Yeah.
And it did not seem magnificent enough for what they have given. The idea came to me that there are a lot of seats in the Chalice. We could ask to have each seat dedicated to each one of the people who has passed
That's a good point.
by writing their name on the seats.
Commemorated.
That would be really nice. I think.
Turn it into a memorial chalice, a
Yes.
party.
Just put it on the back of the seats, not like the actual seat part. You know, I'm sitting on people's knees.
Right, you put it on the back of the back.
Dedicated to, yes.
Yes.
Not a bad idea.
Could also do that at the theater. I don't know whether or not a arena dedicated to violence is tonally the right place to put a war memorial, but
Now that you
that's-
mention it.
I don't know.
I was kind of.
But there are lots of places that have lots of. We could go to the library too.
Yeah.
library would
Something
be
at the
Oh, in
library.
your regard, what would be the
Technically
best?
more of a soldier at this point, to be honest.
That makes your opinion even more valid.
Generally, I hate to say it, memorials aren't generally made until the war's done.
Yeah.
So I think it might be a bit premature to start planning for that. I think what our goal should be is trying to figure out a way to prevent as many memorials as possible.
I think trying to find where that nocturne came from is probably step one in that. And then I agree. If the trail goes cold, then perhaps a trip to the Chalice to at least try and instill some festivity in the air, maybe.
Morale's important as ever.
The Batitudes are back, baby.
No.
I never agreed to that.
I did.
I did as well.
I don't really
because
No,
mind.
it's
You
fine.
did agree.
We can just be select members of the Cinder Rose. It's fine.
It can be the Batitudes if you want it to be.
If you've ever fought with the group, then you had to sort of agree to the Batitudes. No one ever stopped us from doing it.
Verbolged.
Nice.
All right.
The Temple District.
Alright.
I know the way.
Okay.
Good, we'll follow you just in case we get lost.
So you guys head off to the Temple District.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
When we get into the temple district, I'm going to cast Locate Object on a Nocturne helmet and see if we can't find them.
Instantly, you get a ping.
Oh shit.
Might not be going to the chalice.
Is it at
The guys?
temple that we think
Yeah.
we're standing in front of?
Did you? Well, that's deeper into it. Did you start? Did you not? Did you go there first, or was it just as you walk in to the temple?
I just walked in. I just started as we walked in.
Which is, it's within the range of the spell.
Uh,
You got to think that it's 1,000 feet. So that's about 1/8 of a mile. So yeah,
It's this way.
1/5 of a mile, 1/6 of a mile. I don't know.
Callie starts making a beeline.
Take the wheel.
Ugh. I wasn't expecting it to ping so quickly. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't.
I did want to say something because it is important, and I forgot I was gonna do it because I was going to swap out my attunement for the goggles for the Iron Stone, but I don't have it out.
Sure. Okay.
I have established that.
Takes an action to activate, right?
Yes, I don't have it out right now, so.
All right.
So we didn't, just to clarify, we didn't really get any like big cash payouts all the way around the island, right? I didn't miss anything that way.
Nope, there was
Nope.
no banking
Nope.
system on Lamina Island.
Just wanted to make sure we didn't find a horde.
You did.
It was people.
Sitting in Sill's basement.
Yeah, we
Oh, yeah,
found
the
the
air
air
shell.
There, yes.
Lots of air shell.
I have a 300 gold piece diamond.
That's true. That's for other things.
And there was stuff in the bag, a few magic items in the bag. And then
Mhm.
didn't in the first temple, didn't you guys find some stuff the very first place? You got some stuff way back at the first.
We
Exploded.
found a whole bunch of emeralds, but everyone said not to take them. That's
And Oshin has never recovered and
Yeah,
never
you
let
guys-
us forget it.
I was gonna say, you guys walked away from an entire dragon. The dragon was
mostly-
still in it.
Didn't want to
With,
get
with
dragged.
our lives.
I'm mostly checking to see if Owen's personal sub-rosarium shopping list has a budget, but it does not yet.
Well, before you left, you did ask the sub-rosarium for a few things to
Oh,
start
yeah.
getting ready, right?
He's never done collecting though. There's more on the list.
Got it.
So, yeah, I'm leading them straight to where I feel that ping. Is it? Well, I guess it's only one, huh? I can't tell how many there are. Never mind.
Correct. Just the closest.
Yep.
And as you start to go over, you start going down familiar streets and turning, and about a block away, you're pretty sure it's at the end of this block. And as you get there, sure enough, the way that it kind of turns as you're walking around, it is in that same temple, Golflim's temple. One of the few temples that has not been rebuilt in the past 4 months.
Yeah, it's in here. We should be quiet.
I am not good at that.
I can't help you be quiet, but I can help you be stealthier. So what's the game plan here? We just go and see what's up, try and lure it out, sneak
Look
in.
around, yeah.
Good sneak.
Yeah, Saldana isn't here with her magic eye, so I guess we kind of have to go in there ourselves.
I can be relatively stealthy and I can be invisible for a good while.
That sounds good.
That is good. I can turn on True Sight if I need to. Just in case anything's hiding.
I would do that, Callie.
Okay.
Just to clarify.
Alright, Kelly turns on her trucing. She has it for the next hour. Okay.
So do we want to have a couple people stealthing ahead, getting eyes on things, or do we want to just go in single file?
I usually be pretty quiet.
I'm pretty quiet too.
Let's just go single file. That's fine.
All right. So the six of you start heading towards the back, around where the broken floor is. The brush in the area has overgrown pretty extensively here because it hasn't been being taken care of.
Logan, is this trying to ping down? Or
Yes,
is
a
it
little
ping-
bit. Same place they were before.
Yes, Callie wasn't there.
I understand,
Okay.
but you Tessa knows. Tessa was watching.
Tessa couldn't remember, so I
It's
just
in the
wanted-
basement. Yeah.
Do you guys suppose there's a way into the Underdark under there?
I wouldn't be
would
surprised by anything at this point, but
Under the city is the Under Mist, though.
Well, no, under the city in one direction.
The tunnel, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's a tunnel that we don't know about.
Great, maybe we can close another portal. That'd be great.
there's also the chance that there's just a helmet down there, and this isn't even what we're looking for.
Nah, helmet's
I'd rather
worth
it be
working
that.
for. I did fun stuff with the helmet last time. Made some cool stuff.
True.
I'd rather it just be a helmet, honestly, than an entire nocturne.
Well, I mean, the alternative is there still being an entire nocturne, just
Yeah,
not here.
yeah. I agree. Okay, let's do that.
All right, and I guess we'll just sneak on forward.
Before
I've
we,
got my true sight going crazy.
before we start sneaking, I am going to start using the Iron Stone just to test it out.
Which Ion Stone is it?
Mastery.
Ooh.
So my passive perception is a 20 now. Jeez.
Yay, perception buds!
Hey.
So the six of you start to make your way back around the back of the temple. The walls here are half broken down. Easy access to the stairway towards the back. Having to push aside tall brush, making a little bit of noise, but you think you're okay. Making your way inside, you can't hear anything, and it's somewhat dark at the bottom of the stairs. Who's going first?
Owen will go first.
All right. Owen, as you start to head down the stairs, give me a stealth check.
As he goes down the stairs, first he's going to cast Greater Invisibility, just to get advantage on that.
It's okay though, because I can still see you in case you get hurt.
Hey, it's a 25.
Okay. Are you going down by yourself, or is everyone going down?
I'm gonna follow him.
I do
I'm following not too far behind, yeah.
Well, you have to follow Callie because you can't see Owen. All right. But Callie can see Owen.
Mhm.
So you guys start going down, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Very sneaky, sneaky, senor. And as you get to the bottom of the stairs, anybody not have dark vision?
I have my headlamp.
So it is. Are you turning on your head?
I turned it on at the top of the stairs. Yes.
Okay. So there's a large, brilliant sort of light pouring down the stairs as you guys are walking down.
I kind of glow and give off
That's
light
true.
too.
Yeah,
I put my hand on the back
so-
of Syl, and I just listen to her footsteps, as I'm pretty good at hearing.
Well, it's shadowy, and your eyes start to adjust.
Okay.
It's just difficult. It's not impossible to see down here. For those that have dark vision, you see a little bit better, but not. It's still, it's. I mean, you see clearly, but it's the grayscale, whereas everyone else is just shadowy. Well, I guess it's still shadowy for the dark vision too. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. So as you guys, as you get down there and your eyes start to adjust, Lark, you turn off the light. So Kelly does glow a little bit, but it's only like 10 feet, not like I think Lark's bullseye lantern is 70 feet in a straight line in front of him. So, yeah. And as you start to walk across the floor, more vines here than there were before, having grown down and into the area. You get to the area where the floor was cracked open, where you can get down into the sub basement. At which point you can start walking down the hallway that leads to the doors that you last saw the Nocturne in. So you lower yourselves down carefully into the sub basement, and start to make your way down that hallway. Now, is everybody going down this last hallway?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head down this hallway. At the end of the hallway, there are two sets of doors. One that looks like an office door. It doesn't have any, it has markings on it that seem to indicate it was some sort of administrative office. And then a double doors that you remember or have been told leads into a large, almost warehouse-like room. Somebody, I don't remember who snuck up and saw it, but this is one person did, and I don't remember who it was.
Is it still ping? Is it pinging through one of the
Yes,
doors?
it's still pinging in that room.
Okay. Through there.
Owen will cast message to Callie. Do we want to check out the secondary room first or head for the main event? You can respond to this message.
Main event, not worth accidentally blowing cover in the other room.
Fair, we should keep an eye on it, though. Just in case something pops out behind us.
Was that also in message, or did you just kind of whisper it?
That was also, he's using message just because
Okay.
then no one can hear it.
I've got the ethereal sight on, too. If anything's hiding in the ethereal plane, I'll see it.
Good to know.
And after you, Major.
Yeah, we'll go forward to the double doors.
Do I hear anything or smell anything specific that would
No,
be strange
you
to me?
hear maybe some motion behind this door. Last time you were here, whoever went to this door and looked through it said that behind this door was the 100 Nocturne and then the two cylinder members. So you know this door could have people behind it. So Owen, are you just peeking through, or are you just opening it and going through?
He's going to peek first.
Okay.
Invisible still.
Got it. So as you open the door very slowly and start to kind of peek in, give me a perception check.
It's 29.
All right. You hear a woman talking, and she is talking in a language that I don't think you understand. Let me check your languages.
There's 3 of them.
Why don't you just tell me what they are so I don't have to look?
Common, Elvish, and Undercommon.
All right, you understand it. This woman is just describing the what sounds like trying to get the wording right on this. Hold on. It sounds like she's describing a particular part of the city. It's a particular intersection in Barrel Run. But she's maybe even trying to be vague about how she's describing it. And she talks about the different shops that are there, but doesn't name any of them. And you hear kind of a gruff, masculine voice, kind of grunt out an affirmation, and then you hear footsteps leading off. You can't
Away
quite
from
see
us?
anything from the angle. There's another exit out of this room that you were told about last time. The person whoever peeked at this door before told you about this other exit. That's where the Nocturne marched out of, was this other exit. Actually, no, you guys were outside for that one. Never mind. So, but anyway, there's another exit. They were obviously leaving through that door. You would guess
But-
that this woman is still in this room, though.
Okay. He'll relay
Owen.
that information to he'll relay it to Callie and Mark.
Owen,
Yep. Yes.
you recognize this voice.
Mm-hmm.
This voice mocked you while watching a demon murder your friend, or at least try to.
Well, that changes the plan. He is going to quickly relay to Callie and to probably one or two other people as he can that it is the High Priestess Demon Bitch.
Oh, I still didn't get to fight that person. She
I
pulls
think
out her
it's
flamberge.
Demon Bichet.
Do we want to do this now?
Do we have a better time in mind?
Not really. If she's here, it's not good.
I'm sending out the nocturne.
What's happening?
Is that the only person here, though? There could be lots of them. And you know, nocturnes.
Where did Callie? You still got a ping on the helmet? Is it walking away?
Is it moving?
Still in the room.
No, it's
She's
in the
not
room.
alone.
Maybe it's not the best time.
If we leave now, there's a good chance she walks away, and we might not find her again.
Yes, but we know someone who knows how to destroy the nocturne. And we didn't talk to him before we left.
Who are we talking about?
Allion.
Oh.
We can always send a quick send into Albion, let him know.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
All
Somebody
right.
do it.
Oh, and he'll cast sending to Albion.
Okay.
Real quick, out of character. What was the name of the temple again? It was the
Temple to Golfin.
it was a plague. one.
Golflimb.
Golflim.
Do we know how many Nocturne are in the room? Is it just the one?
Can't see anything.
I only have one ping, but I can't tell.
But you only get the closest ping. You don't
Yeah.
get all of the ping.
This is Owen. In the basement where we found the Nocturne before. At the temple. At least one, maybe more, active. Plus evil priestess. Advice?
That's what you hear back.
You
Oh.
hear new brain. Who this? You Okay, I'm gonna go back for a second. Why did Aldion get brought up? I missed that.
I was thinking he didn't actually destroy it, but he had the item that like disabled the nocturne at least
Yeah,
temporarily.
mhm,
Yeah,
sure,
that
sure,
was it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a deep cut now.
Good
That's
job.
140 episodes ago. All right. Yeah, he was that even in this? Was that prequel?
No, it was in
No.
this.
It was the first
Yeah.
I
time we
remember
faced it
playing
on
Ocean,
yeah.
watching that happen.
Yeah,
That's right.
Syl
I
and
brought it up.
Ethan ran
Okay.
up to it.
All right. That's right.
To be fair,
Yeah,
we
gosh.
have taken down a Nocturne by ourselves at this point.
Primarch and Pips
That was-
stared
One.
down that nocturne.
That was the first time Owen ever yelled at people for not running away, though. I
That is
remember
true.
that distinctly.
And yet it became, they liked it so much, they made it a tradition. Okay, so you do that. I'm not in Cinderhaven right now. I'm with the sirens. We're coming. Warn the others. That's all you get.
I'll relay the message to everyone via message.
Okay.
New plan. Warning people. We get out, we tell people, we get them ready.
The question is, was he talking about the Nocturne or was he talking about the sirens?
Why don't you send him again and ask for clarification?
Real quick, who are the sirens again? I'm
Use
blanking.
your
Marina.
pronouns better, Aldion.
Marina's pirate crew.
Ah.
They were the ones that helped with the revolution.
I can make
I
a
assume it would
pretty
be about the
confident,
Nocturne.
pretty confident jump in logic there, but
For what?
that it's the sirens aren't the bad guys in this situation.
Okay. Make any assumptions you.
I will. So there.
I'm okay with either response. I'm gonna be honest. Either way,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Both are valid things. To
I
warn
would say
people about.
that both are valid, yeah. Especially with the letting the council know that the sirens are coming to help rather than hinder, perhaps.
Wouldn't
so
say
they don't...
warn then.
Yeah.
So do we
Warn
just
the
walk
others,
away
warn
right
the
now?
Don't want to, but
I can live with that decision, literally.
yeah.
Also, does the description, even though it was vague, does Owen recognize a part of town that fits that description?
Yeah, it's just it's a particular intersection in Barrel Run. Not a major one, just a minor one.
I could also, well, we'd want to get away first, but we should probably check in on that spot.
Sounds doable, let's go.
All right, let's back out.
Everybody give
Can
me
I go forward?
stealth checks. We're going to average all of your checks.
27.
12.
22.
8.
Natural 20.
Oh, 18.
All right, so add plus 10, Callie.
14.
So 37.
Actually, don't add plus 10. What'd you get, Mark?
14.
No, I'm serious. Don't. I'm going to do something different.
1-4.
So you would have gotten a 27, but without the 10?
Yeah, a 27 without the 10.
Okay, Callie, who do you want to remove from the equation? Who do you want to make up for? Probably the lowest
Yeah,
number
Prime
then,
Heart.
right?
Prime Heart.
Prime Heart.
Yeah. Sorry, love.
Callie just goes, sweetie, shh.
22 as a group.
I don't want to walk away.
As opposed to 20. You upped it by 2. Just thought I was interested.
My heart dice has been rolling really well for me lately.
That was my first double digit in a while with mine. Not bitter. You make failures into good storytelling. It's fine.
This is why I use the chat.
We don't know
room,
if we
so I have
passed
no
yet.
Mojo to blame.
Are we going to just wait outside? What's going on?
You hear footsteps coming towards the door as you're backing out. The one that Owen was just peeking at.
Keep on moving.
Go, 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 go.
Owen will hold up the rear.
Familiar
How
with that kind of doctor.
how far is it to
I
get
mean,
out?
he did get the Finnish.
He puts a glove on.
I was thinking plastic surgeon, but okay.
Okay.
How far is it to get out of this room?
You just inject the Phenajex, right?
Colon healthy.
It's maybe so the hallway's about 25 or so feet, maybe 30, and then you've got to climb up and out of the room, which most of you can reach it. So you're fucking tall as.
Okay.
So you guys start making your way out and start climbing up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The door
Yeah.
doesn't ever seem to open though.
Callie is still keeping an eye out because of the true sight. Just on the off chance something.
Callie,
I would have used
Oh,
for
shit.
sorry, right whenever we were leaving, I would have used my I don't remember what it's called. The Furbolg thing. I can turn invisible for 1 round. I would have used that while moving.
Okay. It's like Lark, cut the lantern.
Oh, it's been off
Hidden
for
step,
quite a
that.
while.
Okay.
Problem is Callie glows.
Callie, give me a perception check.
Alright.
Why does Kelly glow? I don't remember.
My
Dust
weapon
on
has a
Foster's
quirk.
paw.
Oh, gotcha.
My passive is a 20, just so you know, but so we'll do 26.
As you
Plus
guys
10.
are starting to climb up, I assume that people will help the shorter Owen and Syl up before the rest of you start climbing up. You look.
Oh, sure.
How tall are you?
I'm not super tall. I'm just real good at climbing and jumping and stuff.
There's no. Well, okay, you can probably jump up there. Sure, it's only It's an 8-foot ceiling. Some of them have to, like, or maybe a 9-foot ceiling. You can just reach up and grab. Point is, the shorters probably go first, just to make sure they can. And jumping. I don't know if you want to be jumping while you're trying to be quiet.
No,
in
that's
case
fine.
you
I will
miss.
take a hand.
Yeah.
And then when I get up, just help everybody because I'd be able to help.
Yeah, I would say it's probably more of a step on the foot and then just go. Step on the knee as they lean down and just.
I'm so sorry, whoever's knee I used.
I don't
They
mind.
can carry a lot. Doesn't matter. We know that Primark doesn't mind. Gotta change that.
Kelly, you see a horse.
I
It's
do.
staring at
Callie,
you.
what you see is floating about 5 feet off the ground, about 1 inch around an eyeball.
She's got eyes on
It's
us.
invisible to everyone else. You can see it kind of glistening in the ethereal.
She's got eyes on us. She knows we've been here.
You wanted to spell it?
Yeah.
You're the one with a can, Callie.
Dispel magic.
What level?
6.
5. I'm gonna do it at 5th level. She's flipping it off before she spells it.
There's a one for emphasis.
Yeah, one to grow on. 5th level, it instantly dispels.
Callie flips off the darkness.
Just flip off the door.
It's gone.
Let's get a move on.
Quick.
Where to?
They just want to spot and barrel run.
Yeah.
And we'll book it.
All right. As you guys get up onto the surface streets, you start to make your way through. And a couple of blocks later, you start to feel a little less of the anticipation, the excitement, but even though it's not necessarily positive excitement, of basically being caught by someone so powerful. You start to head down the streets, and it starts to wear off, and you relax a little bit.
I'm gonna keep my true sight up for a full hour, by the way. For the full hour that it lasts.
Hi, we're finally gonna find those dragons in town.
Just in case, in case she starts trying to scry on us, because then I can see the scrying thing.
Do you think think they're
Keep
just
reminding me about that, please. Every time we change scenes.
Right.
I think that
They're just gonna move, aren't they?
yes.
Yeah.
I think that my house, we can go there. I don't think you can look into that one. I don't, as far as I know.
Why are we hiding?
It's tall. Without
Somewhere
being
secure.
watched.
Somewhere secure.
We need to check in on. For all we know, something's about to pop off at that spot. We need to get there now.
Yeah, we need to go there. And then we need to start making the rounds to warn people. Council should be first after we hit that spot. Actually, Prime Heart, we're going to the Temple District. Was Kurt in his shop?
Yeah.
That's step one then. He's a member of the council and can get word.
Where exactly is it supposed to show up?
He'll describe the area that was described.
It's about halfway down Barrel Run towards between where about a third of the way from Pearl District. It's actually a spot where one of the Nocturne fell early on. Not exactly, but close to it. It's a less populated area of Barrel Run, not as popular. Vegetable stands and things like that. None of the big serious businesses that exist more towards the north.
They have the nicest cabbages.
They have the best cabbages.
Well,
As you guys make your way to that section, which is right outside of the Temple District, you start to look around the intersection and Owen, you're like, yes, this is definitely it. And as you're scanning the area, you're like, there's the shop that they were kind of vaguely talking about, and that strange logo that's on that sign that the only one that exists in town. And as you turn a little bit more, many of you, especially those with high perceptions, see the Subrosarium shop. At least
Shit.
a little satellite shop, a second one that they're maybe opened recently or have been planning to open. It's not open right now, but it's got a sign on it. Looks like they're going to be putting one here inside of a more rustic shop here in Barrel Run. With more everyday things. Also, something you notice as a side note, because I completely forgot about it and I really love it. You see all around town, there are now statues of large dogs in bathtubs all over the city now. And they have little signs explaining them. All you have to do is touch them and you instantly get clean and sterilized and can help. Cleanliness is next to puppiness, is what they say, and you just
touch each one.
them and you get clean instantly. Those exist now. I forgot about that. Sorry.
Kelly, do you want to hop on Evangeline with me and maybe get a bird's eye view since you got your special eyes?
Oh, and I thought you'd never ask.
Don't make this weirder than it has to be.
Foster, when are you going to learn to fly?
How rude.
I'll be right back.
And he'll just do a sweep, however far the range of true seeing is.
It's
Just
not
to
very
see if-
far. It's literally like 60 feet.
Is it? I thought it was further.
No, it's about 60 feet. It doesn't take you long, actually. You don't even need it. As you start to fly up at the top of one of the taller buildings.
Oh, no, 120. 120, sorry.
At the top of one of the taller buildings in the area, you see the drow. She's carrying a parasol.
Lovely.
Dressed in a very nice dress. Very clean, white dress. And she's just standing there, and as you take this guy, she just looks up at you and smiles, making sure
Over
to
there.
keep herself in the shade. What's that?
I was just saying to Owen, she's over there.
Can he see her as well, or just?
Oh yeah. No, you don't need the true.
He'll cast message to the others to let them know where she's at. Do we just head on over? It's not like we can really ignore that.
No, that's an invitation to talk if I've ever seen one.
Well, or a blatant trap. But
Yeah. We could always just ask her if she'd like to meet us on the street level for a chat.
We'll meet you in the parking lot.
Denny's
Yeah.
at 3 a.m.
Yeah, the Denny's parking lot.
Sorry, Fantasy Denny's.
I should have said cleanliness is next to dogliness. I missed that.
Oh.
So much better. So much better. Did anyone say that? Did somebody say that?
No.
Okay, good. I was worried that I worried that I subconsciously picked it up somewhere. There's some upset little goblin having to clean every one of the sides off and re-chisel new sides for every single one.
He's not upset.
Well-
That's his job. It's his purpose.
What is your purpose?
He's updater. That's his name.
He's tabula rasa.
My right side.
Nice.
Call him Tab for short.
Nice.
Shall we go over and say hello?
After you.
All right. And as the others make their way on ground level, I'm assuming he'll.
It's not far. It's like literally right there on the street. So it's like that one right there, that building. Walk 10 feet and you're there.
The Sub Rosarium
he'll land
shop?
on-
Yeah.
He'll land on the roof
Actually,
nearby.
No, I don't think so. The tallest shop in the area is probably a tavern. Sub-Resort wouldn't need all that extra space. Not for the small shop. So you're going to land on the opposite side of the roof?
Yep.
Okay, so you guys see where Owen and Callie and
Evangeline?
Big Mags land, and I'm sorry, Evangeline.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. That's they used that name in Princess of the Frog, right? Was Evangeline? Okay, got it. Okay, perfect. So that's all. It's the association. I'll remember it. So land on. Was that the moon? Was that the moon in
It was
that?
the moon,
Okay,
Evangeline.
Okay, all right. All right, lands on the far side of the roof, so you guys can climb up on that side of the building. And a few people start to kind of watch you as you start to climb the roof, and several people realize what that could mean, so they start to leave, knowing that there might be
Please disperse.
something
Thank you.
going on. Yeah.
Save yourselves. Thank you.
So, where's your friend? I thought he would be coming here to meet you.
She kind of turns the parasol a little bit and over to the side so that it kind of blocks the sun a little better. You know, this town was so much nicer when it was dark. I mean, I suppose I've never been here. Thank you, by the way.
Welcome.
So, did you just come by to finally visit the city yourself, have a little bit of a tourist day?
I decided it needed to return to its former glory. We've had more success here than anywhere, thanks to some friends.
You also had more failures here than anywhere, to be fair.
You know nothing of my failures.
Yeah, I'm sure
They
they're
are
extensive.
immense. They are great. They are extensive because of the people that I had to send. I'm here now. We will not fail.
You're welcome to your opinion.
Thank you.
As uninformed as it is.
I know that I've never failed before.
There's two of us right here that you failed.
Not on it. You think I failed when you escaped? Look at what you brought me. You brought me here. How is that a failure? When I take a task on myself, I do not fail. I'll die before I fail, and yes, you can be pithy if you wish. Go ahead, I'll wait.
You know, it's not fun when you set it up like that.
You're kind
I
of
do
ruining
like
it.
to take the fun out of it. I'm very sorry.
Priestess to priestess. Excuse me, high priestess to high priestess. I'm
Yes, which one is yours? And she like kind of looks over all of the temples behind you.
I don't think I need to point it out to you.
All right.
I would advise that you return to Lamina forthwith.
No.
Well, at least now later you get to say you warned her.
That was the point.
Maybe it's you who needs to return to Lamina. Or to any other place. I've had my influence here for a very long time. And it will always be here. Because I'm making this my new home. I just have to get rid of all the vermin first.
Interesting choice of temples to reside in, if that's your goal.
Yes, and when you're here,
Once again, I didn't choose it. We'll be moving soon.
with you, we can take out the trash.
Good job, Lark. Keep your constructs off my streets.
She kind of like looks down at the shadows on the ground and kind of turns a little in place just to kind of like maybe change how the shadows look and contemplates for a moment, then turns and looks back. No.
Do we want to start now, or are you stalling?
I'm not stalling. I'm out for a pleasure walk in this beautiful weather, hoping to see some amazing sights.
Does Owen see anything that looks like it might be interfering with the weather? AKA the
Nope.
sun?
I do have my true side up. Again, just because you told me to remind you when we were changing venues. And we moved a little bit, so.
Thank you.
Well, if you're after good sights, there is the chalice, which can be quite entertaining. And, what's the name of that place? Oh, the Leahy Taps.
Oh, yes, the chalice. So many friendly people being held captive there. I cannot wait to liberate them. I'm sure they will make excellent allies.
Huh.
Or slaves. I mean, they seem to be used to that.
Internally, Callie's like, what the fuck? Wait, what?
Internally, Syl's like, yeah, moral ambiguity.
Callie,
That's
how well do you think Callie is hiding that feeling? My passive insight is a 24.
She has a deception of 0.
Yeah,
Plus
got it.
0.
Okay.
So yeah, she's not great at it.
Um,
So there's
so
probably
she,
a little flicker across her face at least.
She kind of just takes a step, not like really close, but like just half a step closer to Callie. Just kind of like steps to the side that she's on and says, "What do you not think that trolls and creatures like that aren't sentient? That being held in cages to fight for your amusement is not slavery?"
Something tells me you're not here about that.
Yeah.
No, as I said, it's just an opportunity. An opportunity to find so many amazing, powerful allies all in one spot. You've done a brisk business there.
Please take a step back from Callie.
And she takes a step back. I hear you just had 2 newborn twins. Boys, right? You know, they do love to talk down at the Beer Forge. Everyone talks about all of you. And I've only been here 2 days. Several of you live in the woods. 2 very large pieces of property out there. The hospital, an artist's gallery, a fancy building over by a strange tower inside the Pearl District. Also 2 children. But nobody really would say what they looked like.
All common knowledge.
Everybody talks. Yes, very common. Do you think that was wise?
Do you know how many times we've been threatened before on our homes?
Not enough.
I am very unwise.
Oh, one of the last times we were threatened by someone on our home turf, it was one of your goddesses. Oh, what was her avatar thingy? She didn't last long.
I'm listening. Who was it?
I don't really take names of the people that try to invade my city. I just make sure they go away.
So you know basically nothing. That's fine. You're just savages. I understand.
I know.
That's what got to you, Syl. Fair enough.
Well, it seems to me that if one of the Nocturne got a little unruly the other day, that's not exactly civilized either.
That is fair and very curious. Given that all it did was attack a singular civilian woman.
Another mistake by one of my underlings.
It's very convenient to be able to blame the people who work for
They're
you.
dead now. I control all of the Nocturne at this point. It was not hard to reactivate them. I don't know why you thought merely closing a portal would have stopped it. Songs are sung of you. Did you know that? That is pathetic. To let all that information about you just out in the open.
Well, most people aren't dicks about it.
I willingly married a man who's been kidnapped multiple times. I'm not afraid of people knowing where I live.
He came with that baggage. He had a.
I knew that was going to be information that was shared. I don't
Why
know.
is it when I look at your house, it's only half there?
Magic, you know.
I'll discover the
some-
secret sooner or later. But
There's some
you have
excellent
something protecting it.
optometrists in Cinderhaven.
Your little portal at the beginning of it is a ruse. It's easy to see through. Same way that she was able to dispel my magics. You know, it's not hard to do these things.
We
Oh,
never
are you
claimed
getting
it was.
impatient? She turns to Primeheart.
A little
There's
bit.
somewhere better to be, by all means.
No, I just really want to hit you in the face, but I don't want to do it first.
Oh, the nobility. The
Not
chivalry.
nobility. I'm a little dude in the forest.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Syl, oh, actually,
What happened to the guy in the boat?
Syl looks at Primeheart and tries to assess how serious he was just now.
He's being very open about how much he wants to hit her in the face.
Syl doesn't do anything yet.
She takes another step back towards the edge and kind of looks down at her shadow again. Almost time. And she turns and looks down onto the street, turning her back to you.
Owen's gonna walk up directly next to her and look at what she's looking.
Gonna look
She's
over
just kind
her.
of looking down over the street. As you come over, she looks at you, standing next to her. You are a very pretentious man.
Yeah, and you are annoying as fuck. We each have our quirks.
You know, you came and spoke with me. You realize that, right? You didn't have to come over here.
No, but you did let yourself into our home. And, well, you said a lot of bullshit.
You weren't
in the
here.
past.
You left your home months ago.
People can return from vacation. I'm not sure if that's a concept.
Is that
you're
what
not
you
aware
call
of.
it? Is that what you called invading my home? Then let's just say I'm on vacation. Is that out?
Well, see, the funny thing about vacation is you generally don't go there tending to fuck with the people living there.
Would you like to talk about what you brought to my island? The
No, I
fires,
wasn't there
the
before.
destruction, the people you've killed.
The people who attacked us on site.
For invading our home.
We let you worms out of your hole. What are you talking about?
You did. You delivered us twice. And your names will be forgotten for it. Because you're worthless.
What's my name?
Primarch.
A nickname. It's cute. What's my name?
Bud.
Some people call me.
Callie's just basically using the true sight just in a kind of to circle around as much as she can.
She takes a deep... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Syl very solemnly asks, "What do you know about me?"
More than you want me to, I'm sure, but not as much as I'd like. There are vagaries. People are almost scared to talk about you.
I've made a lot of friends. It makes sense.
Something about your temper.
Well, like you said, it's almost time.
It is almost time.
For what?
Wanton destruction or a big flex of some kind, I'm assuming.
I've just been hearing blah, 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 blah. And it's coming to now. Thought maybe I missed it. If you had a point.
Syl is going to walk a little bit away from everybody and start trying to like stand in front of anyone who tries to walk into the intersection and is like, you should like
So you're getting off the roof?
oh, we're on are we what's this, how tall is the building?
About 3 stories.
Oh.
Oh, and I should have mentioned, or I don't know if I mentioned it, Owen probably would have contacted the guard and had them start getting people to go into shelter when they made their way over here.
Okay. So several guard would start to arrive in the area. Would you have told them what to do quickly, briefly?
Briefly, get everyone indoors, get people to safety, avoid this area, and start spreading word to the council.
I changed my
Okay.
mind. Syl would start climbing down the building to get down
All
to
right.
the ground floor. I'll be down here.
Oh, you're an excellent climber. I've noticed that.
That's very insightful. And she will start climbing down the building. Oh, wait, hold on 1 second.
So rude.
That's my girl. As you said, we are merely savages. And expect our manners to be perfect.
I don't expect anything from you. So a few minutes later, everyone who's on top of the roof and looking down below, give me a perception. So you can give me one too, but it's going to be at the disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, 12.
22.
Is it site based?
Yes.
Okay, 13.
Callie, you don't need to roll.
Okay.
4 will not do it.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Does a 6?
Nope.
I'm just staring at her.
Machine?
I rolled a 2, so I got a 12.
Nope. Owen?
22.
22 will do it. Primark?
13.
So, Owen, what you see, Cal, I'll get to you in a second, is on the street below, you see a shift in the colors of the cobblestone. It's almost like like if somebody was like went up to a whiteboard that had been erased, but then like licked their finger and started drawing on it. It's just a subtle change as this arcane rune is sort of drawn onto the street. And then it just kind of fades out like a magic picture almost. It just fades away and you can't see it anymore.
Could he
Callie.
have... Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, could he have cast Dispel Magic as he saw it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
Okie doke. Yeah, it's going to be a roll regardless, I feel. How does it working? It's charisma plus his jack of all trades.
I don't remember. It's a D20 plus charisma plus your jack of all trades, I think. I think that's just...
It's an 18.
It does not work. Cute.
Can't fault me for trying.
I could fault you for a lot of things.
but not trying.
I'll add it to the list. Callie, what you saw is the rune draw, but extremely vibrant and brilliant light, almost streaming up, these streaks of light that just go straight up for about 2 feet tall. It's almost blinding to you in the ethereal plane as you see it being drawn by something, maybe something underneath the street or something different. You can't tell where it's coming from. You just see it drawn, and it stays there, and it kind of dulls a little bit. And then even in the ethereal plane, after about a minute, it just fades away completely. And is hidden completely.
Could she make a mental note of what it looked like to go ask Arland about it?
Yeah. Well, I figured you guys would do that. We'll get to that.
She probably jumps back a little
Not
bit.
something either of you recognize.
Probably winces away from it with it being bright.
As you do, she says, "Beautiful, isn't it?"
Certainly very bright.
Unfortunately,
So let me guess.
magic often is. Oh, please, yes. This is the part where I will tell you all of my plans, even if you guess them correct.
Well,
Sure,
I was
I'll
going
give
to
you this
say,
one.
I'm assuming that darkness you were wanting is coming back.
This is step one towards that end, you could say.
Hey, you let me know there were steps. That's dumber than I thought you'd be.
Oh dear. It's like telling a dog that dinner will be coming. It's no different. The dog is not going to be able to do anything to make it happen faster or to stop it from happening.
Bite the
I've
hand
got a
that
pretty
feeds.
fun bite.
You both talked like a...
Go ahead.
You said,
Who is being the most salty?
probably both.
Yeah.
Some
I said
dogs
bite
have
the
a
hand that
pretty.
feeds. Do it again.
Well, third time's a charm.
No,
Let's go
I'll let-
alphabetically.
Oh, Mike, you go.
I said nothing.
Fuck you.
Bite
I
the
think you
hand
said
that feeds.
Bite
it.
the hand that feeds you. Got it. Okay. And Owen, what did you...
Some dogs have a pretty big bite.
And then after they bite, you put them down. It's very rare the dog that can kill its owner.
Well, it's a good thing this is a metaphor, ain't it?
I should say master. Ooh, I should say mistress.
I think that's Callie's avenue.
I suspected so. She's got that air about her. I could break her.
There's just the hint of an eyebrow raise at that.
Well, I'm done. Beautiful, wasn't it?
Have a
What did you expect? Some sort of flex? Some sort of explosion? Some sort of nocturne dancing in the street?
No, you're more about subtlety. I would not
I
expect.
am not a savage.
I'm not expecting shows of strength or power. You don't need to do
Right.
that.
If you're going to provide any sort of entertainment, you'll have to be smarter. I'm glad you're on your way, and I'm glad that it was you. I was starting to worry that your men would be smarter. Still want to punch me? As she starts to walk away.
Yeah.
I know,
Me too.
because you're simple.
I don't see anything down here. Are you guys punching her yet?
Not yet, so.
Okay, just let me know.
Well, I guess we'll see. I do have one question, and I'm not sure that you'll tell me. How did you find us today? Was it just because we were in the same spot that you found them before? You were just checking up on every spot first day back?
No.
Back to the trash metaphor. You stink.
Something tells me that meant more than just the insults. I'll think on it. Oh, honey, maybe not to you. Ask your husband. And she turns and she starts walking to the other edge of the building that you guys started on. Well, goodbye. And she starts to cast. Owen.
Yeah, but he's gonna counterspell.
He is?
Just to fuck with her, yeah.
Give me a check.
24.
So as her dimension door stops, she just looks at you. Really?
Oh, sorry, did you have an issue there? Please
Do
be on
you
your way.
want me to hurt you? Are you that much of a masochist?
We'll see what you can do.
I understand you have no significant others, although there's a rumor going around that you and some woman named Holly are dating.
That's the funniest thing I heard all day.
Yes, I thought so too. I can't imagine anyone would want you.
So petty and bullshit.
That's not.
It wasn't even
that's
clever.
factually wrong.
You heard his voice. He'd
So
at
if-
least get some. He'd at least get some action as a sending sex operator.
Jesus Christ.
That's his
Amazing.
So if-
retirement.
So if you're interested in a night, I wouldn't mind. I promise you'll hurt in the morning.
Does Owen respond to negging like that?
You know, I thought that, the Holly thing was the funniest thing I heard all day. You just topped it.
Think that was her plan.
Very much so.
Far better people have tried, and no one's managed to get him. So, don't know why he thought that would work.
You gotta
I
turn to the
get you
cat.
pr-
Oh, go ahead. No, you first.
I get that you'd probably be into using some equipment, but not a 10-foot pole would work in this case.
She kind of turns and looks at Callie. How about you?
A night with me.
Do you want to be broken?
Better women than you have tried.
She turns and starts to cast again. Did you just make that?
No, I've had it for a while. I
Oh.
think Zach was the reason I had it before.
Yeah, that's an old one.
He earned it.
You gonna mess with her again?
He's going to pretend like he's going to counterspell and then just do the middle finger as part of the somatic component.
Nice.
Oh.
Perfect. She does. You start to cast, she's finishing, but she does look over her shoulder just to see, just to make sure, is he really going to do this again? And as you do that, you hear this little, and she dimension doors. So
We need to
Alright.
find out what that rune was.
We need to find out what that was. We need to get all civilians to safety.
Yep. I know. I wanted to punch her in the face too, baby.
She was too ready. There's no way
Yep.
she would have been standing there if we had a chance.
I just thought, we could go and let Pimple know about this because he also knows the council. He's an advisor for the council.
Yeah.
It's sort of two birds, one stone.
He has unlimited favors too. He may have to be able to call
Pinball is actually now on the council. He's one of the replacements.
Even better.
They've gotten rid of the rule that you have to live in the district. They had to by necessity because obviously half the council is now from out of town. So it no longer matters. So he is now a member of the council. There's no more conflict of interest. There are representatives from each district that are a subgroup, basically a committee. But overall, yeah, he's now on the council.
Let's hurry. I don't have much longer left on my true sight, but I want to keep it going.
Yes.
Guys.
We're going to Pimples.
Okay.
Oh, don't be alarmed when you see him.
Ocean, do you still have
Don't
those
worry,
systems, or should I call ahead?
Yeah, let him know. I can let him know.
Let him know what?
I'm gonna cast sending to basically let him know we're going.
Okay.
You saw the
All right,
hyper.
we're gonna fast forward a little bit here as you guys get to Pinballs, and you walk in and he greets you guys in the foyer there, shaved, with a stupid.
Anything
goofy
interesting
little
with my
chin.
true sight?
Nothing with your true sight at this
Yeah.
point, other than you could very easily tell that portal does not do anything with true sight. It's just illusionary, and it's like, oh, it's just ridiculously stupid. Looking at it with true sight, it looks like it's like you're looking at like something realistic versus all of a sudden becomes cartoon drawn. It's just like, what the hell?
It's like a crayon drawing.
it's basically a crayon drawing of magic. It
Ooh,
looks
I'm a
impressive
portal.
visually and audibly, but in general, it's not anything.
Lark probably has a crayon drawing there that says "keep out." So
There you go. Perfect. So you get in and you see the beard is gone, and yep, true sight proves that it is actually gone. It's not an illusion. And as you explain to him and draw the rune out for him, he explains that it is an old simplistic symbol that comes from a very, very kind of older root version. It's like somebody would like writing in Latin nowadays. It's like, if it's not a doctor, then what the hell are you doing? But he says that this type of magic, there's been newer types and forms of magic that have superseded this. It's not used anymore. But he would do some research and he would get back to you. And he's going to go talk to the librarian, Kithra, thank you. Kithra and Arland, and they will find out what they can.
We need to make sure the council knows that the city is definitely in danger.
Yes.
Aldion's coming back with the sirens, right?
What does that mean?
I don't really know.
Maybe.
Owen?
The last time the sirens were here, they attacked the city. I
That's
know
probably.
that they helped. I know they helped. But they didn't do it out of the goodness of their heart. The sirens are pirates. The sirens are not necessarily good news.
Yeah, that's probably why he warned us.
But I don't think Aldion would lead them back if he thought they were a danger to the city.
Is he leading them?
That would be surprising to me.
is he on the run?
Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Travis, for the $20 donation. You're amazing.
Thank you. You are a new dungeon boss. You get to pick one of us to give a hero die to.
You are a new dungeon boss. Hey, it works finally. So for donations, that is the best way to kill the dungeon boss, because for every $1 you donate, you do 200 damage, I think, to the dungeon boss. So it is a very significant blow to the dungeon boss. So yeah. Okay, you let us know, Travis. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you. Let's go back. Okay, back to character. Action.
Did he say he was being chased by them? The sirens.
Do you want me to just send another message and get clarification?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Aldion, need clarification. Are the sirens a danger to the city, or are they coming to help? Or something in between?
Owen, they're pirates. I owed them a debt. That's why I'm with them. I am not helping them in this, but I know they're coming. They know something. Hold on.
It's bad.
Yeah, well, I only have a few left. Hold on. They know something. They are they are opportunists. That's all he has.
All right, so they're probably coming to fuck shit up.
Oh,
To
goody.
be honest, though, I mean, this might be a bit overconfident, but compared to what we've dealt with recently, a couple pirate ships does not sound that difficult.
Wasn't like Marino one of the original?
27.
What'd
What?
you say?
Last intelligence, 27 ships at their disposal.
How many fireballs came out of the cast?
It's a fleet. Not that many.
I'm pretty sure it can't withstand a cannonball to the face.
I thought
I
Marino
don't
was
know
one
what
of the
the-
original heroes.
People change.
Did Owen never went on those ships, did he?
Mm-mm. All right. Well, I'll do my research and I'll get back to you.
Lark, let's work on plans to get the children out of the city and maybe into the Goblin Village. Might be safer for them.
That's a really good idea.
Really quick, Owen did see the ship, however, though, right?
Everyone did, yes.
Okay.
One of them.
He'll,
Actually, three of them. There were three of the ships were in the Crescent Bay during the attack on the castle.
Pimple, real quick before we go, can you go back into
I'm sorry.
your-
Did you call me Pimple?
Pimple?
Okay.
Real quick. can you
Horrible
go back
childhood
into
name.
the-
Go ahead.
To the thinking pose. I'm almost done painting you.
Yeah, you're really close to like a Goliath, you know. Looks really good, don't you? You should like shave your head.
All right. Thank you. I am finished now. It's a new portrait.
It's not a Goliath, though.
Bald bulg.
Bald bulk. Fur ball.
Fur bald. Perfect.
I know it doesn't look right, but it'll grow back.
I dig it. You look handsome.
I always look handsome.
You do always look handsome.
This is true.
Well, I need to do my hair and shampoo and I have to start looking good again. Need makeup and glitter.
Need makeup on your son?
No, I need makeup and glitter, not on glitter. Are there? Wait, doesn't somebody have a belt that grows a beard?
Yes,
Who
I
has
do.
that?
I was going to learn it to you,
You-
actually. I didn't really think about it until I was already at the bigger
How quickly?
part.
How quickly does it work?
I don't know.
I think it's
I think you
wake
gotta
up every day. You wake up.
It's a 50%
Oh,
chance,
I was
yeah.
hoping. All right.
Well, I was gonna say, what
Tomorrow
if you
morning
take
is
the
a-
belt off, though? Won't it fall out?
I don't. You know what?
He can
I'll never
actually
take it.
grow a well, I need it.
Well, you know what? I need it right now.
The beard's a tangential benefit. It is not the
Logan.
reason for the belt.
Yes.
I have a ring of regeneration. Will it grow his beard back?
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd check.
All right.
That's what all his power is.
All right. So, so you guys wrap up there, and we have one more thing to do. Anybody have anything real quick to do before I cut over to Sil?
Oh, okay. I'm the thing. Okay.
Owen is going to real quick. Once as he's doing other stuff, he's going to send one more sending to Aldion. Just going to say, "Look surprised." And then he is going to cast Project Image to the deck of the ship that he has seen before.
Okay.
Is it within 500 miles?
Yes.
Owen appears directly on the ship. He can see and talk as if it is himself.
He's going, what the fuck is this bullshit spell? I'm
A
looking it up.
creature can use their action to determine it is an illusion with a successful investigation check.
500 miles.
This is way better than what I was gonna do.
You can see through the eyes, you hear through its ears. Okay.
So excited by this.
You just
Welcome,
like force
Perception
projected
Studio.
yourself
Hey,
there.
hurry up, Logan.
Hey, Perception Studios. I'm just
We
dealing
have
with a
to go.
bullshit spell real quick. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate you being
Also-
here.
I
didn't
just
think I'd
checked the
get
bell.
this.
It doesn't. I just checked the bell. It doesn't say it falls out
You
when
guys
you
are
take it off.
amazing.
By the way.
Good,
Then
because it's very important your husband has his beard. So
Yes.
we'll make sure that.
So really quick summary. There's a pirate ship coming, and Owen the bard decided to pull a baller power move and cast a bullshit spell that Logan doesn't like exists, and it's projecting him onto the boat. And I think he's about to do a real good flex on the pirates.
So you appear on the ship, this large ship of the pirate ship you'd seen once before in the Crescent Bay when it was attacking the castle of the evil vampire king that you helped to overthrow earlier. And there immediately all of the people on the ship, including Aldion, who did not have to feign surprise, turns and looks at you. They start drawing weapons and pistols, but you hear this woman cry out, "Hold!" As she starts to come down the steps. This very attractive, and no, it's not who you think it is. This very attractive brunette with wearing just what you would look at as almost a very just sensual, sexy pirate outfit. Like this is how they just love to dress.
As you do.
With kind of a little bit of a flare to one side, like some flowing, almost like a cape or something, but it's more just kind of a half cape down to one side off of her hip. And she walks up. She's got a pistol strapped to her right side. And the pistol has some arcane markings on it. It's one of the first things you notice. You've seen similar pistols, not like the ones that the cylinder has, but as you see it, and she just kind of smirks at you. And who are you?
The name's Owen. Now, I take it you're in charge here?
Owen who?
Major Owen Douglas Avery at your attention.
Oh, that Owen. The doctor. Right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Cinderhaven guard. Militia. No, not militia. A guard.
Well, some things have changed since you left, as you can well see.
Oh, that information wasn't from them, but that's fine. Please continue. Blabber on before we kill you.
Oh, you're welcome to try.
She
However,
pulls out a gun and aims it right at your face.
doesn't flinch.
I
You might want to hear. You might want to hear what I have to say first.
Considering that we're on our way right now to Cinderhaven, I assume, and she starts kind of just waving the gun around the crew, somebody here has a big mouth. And she comes back to you.
He is going to subtly look in the direction of a random crewman.
Give me an insight. Give me a deception check.
Passive 15.
Give me a deception check.
Plus 15, so 24.
Oh, he rolled a 2, so that's a 12.
A 12.
Jesus.
So she looks at you. She kind of cocks an eye. Nice try.
It was worth a shot. That would have been fun. Anyways, we're ready for you. I'm fairly confident that you will not have a fun
I believe
time.
that you're ready for us. The captain believes that. Absolutely. We're sure that you're ready for us. You're not ready for what's coming.
Well, here's the thing. We pulled ourselves out of a few scraps before. In case you haven't forgotten the avatar of a god we killed, the other avatar of a god we killed. I actually fought Baphomet personally last week. So, here's
How
the
did that
thing.
go?
I'm here, ain't I?
I would love to hear the tale before we kill you.
You're very confident. I'm just letting you know.
I have to be.
You could make a grave error and bet on the side that has not lost so far. Or, privateering is a mighty fine business, and there is a war going on.
You have fought gods, sure. The 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 or what is it, 16 of you. Fine, you've fought gods.
You've
The
been in a
avatars of
cloud.
gods. A sporling. Fine, you fought gods. That's very cute. You think that our crews haven't. We have adventured. We have seen things. But we find there's something difficult about fighting people. War
See,
is
here's-
coming, Owen. Major
It-
Owen.
I was gonna say, that's my career. You best be ready. Or change your mind for the better. And he
Look
disappears.
around you, Owen. We are
He's gone.
okay.
Yes. Power exit.
All right.
Didn't think I was
Owen
gonna use that
just
spell
cast-
today.
I feel like Owen just cast power word burn.
That was really good. Lark, you had your hand up. What else did you want to do before we...
Just nowhere near that.
You're like, I don't want to do it
No,
now.
I'm gonna
I want to
do
go
it,
first
but-
next.
He was gonna
No,
paint on the
before,
cliffside.
always.
Go
Else you're not
away,
gonna do what you gotta
pirates.
do, 'cause it's just like
All right, Lark, what do you...
The painting I made of the beardless Pimble, I take it down and hand it over to Ivy to hang on the.
Oh, Ivy
the airport wall.
gives you a hug. She comes out from behind the counter. She gives you a hug, and she says, "You are never paying for a drink again for yourself." She kind of gives you an eye.
I only
That
need the
includes
glasses,
milk.
but yes, thank you very much.
Oof,
You are very
Fine.
kind.
And she goes and she hangs it on the wall, and she goes, "I should probably get a copy made. I have a feeling it's going to disappear."
yeah, you should.
Put it in a lead box.
Perfect. All right. Still, Oshin, anyone else have anything? Okay. So, Sil,
So,
what are you doing?
So sundown, go back to the workshop. I paint because I don't know what else to do with myself. And then we'll head to.
There is hanging on the statue. There is a beautiful black dress and black stockings that look like they will fit you perfectly. Sitting hanging right on that statue with the painted face of the autumn colors, or the full spectrum of colors.
Sil goes to the dress, mutters to herself, "You better not be trying to make me his goth bride," and will spend a little time. She went back to the workshop pretty early, so when she saw that, she decided to try to go for that face paint.
Okay.
So she's gonna spend some time with the new paints that she found on the counter and her lamina green that she made and all the others, and just sort of like drag the statue to her mirror and like
try to copy it.
As opposed to giving the mirror to the statue. Yeah, that makes sense.
And yeah, so she'll do that, and then yeah, she'll put the getup on.
Okay.
She'll just put her boots on.
It's very weird. Over the stockings?
Her
Yes.
like her like sort of leather fur boots.
Yeah, no, perfect. So you start to make your way over the crescent and up and around the cliffside. As you get around the docks to that side of the cliffside, there are little glowing orbs on either side of the path, every about 20 or 15 feet, all the way up to the path to the top of the of this crescent, up to the viewing area, this little seating area where you can see the boat lift. And as you kind of look up the path, it looks like there's probably 24 people up there. For the rest of you, Dub would have contacted each of you that day as you returned and asked you to come to a very special event. He doesn't really explain anything about it. He just says, "We'd like you, the your company on this day here at this time." It would have been about an hour before sunset, and he would have all of you up there as you start to come up the hill. There are just little round tables that have been kind of set up with people just sitting at them, like almost like a dinner party or something. Very sort of like casual settings, and there's a picnic basket in the center of every one of the tables. It looks like they've got like bread and other things inside of each one. They all look the same, like they're centerpieces. And there's a couple of bottles of wine at each table, as well as upside down glasses. Nobody's touched any of it. Over on the boat lift where the little seat is that you can kind of sit and like look over the cliff where the boat lift is, although it's half broken, it always has been. Standing on top of that seat is Mo. And Mo has a little black tuxedo on with a little black bow tie. Actually, it's a little rainbow. It's a little rainbow bow tie, and he's got a little book with him.
Oh, see, I thought he was the ring ball.
And kind of coming into your vision from the side is Dub, who is wearing a fairly tastefully done rainbow tuxedo. It is just every possible color you've ever seen, done as good as possible to be wearing every color except black. The bow tie is just like gone. It just blends in. There's a white shirt underneath it, so it kind of shows up a little bit. He just comes over and he grabs your hand and he just walks right over to Mo.
What did you do? And she's just staring at him.
You said you wanted to get married.
Yeah, we did a thing. We signed a paper at the thing. You let us have a business together. Wasn't that the thing?
I mean, sort of.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll roll with it. What are we doing?
I don't know. Mo
Great.
said he would help me out, and he made all the outfits. So.
Oh, okay. That's very nice, Mo.
Oh, sorry. He's like studying his.
I saw. Did you make the painting? The big one? Oh, it looks so good.
And she will hug him very, very tight. He's much taller than her.
Been up here almost every day for the past 4 months.
Oh gosh, that must have been really nice and relaxing and possibly anxiety-inducing.
No.
Oh, okay.
I just thought about you.
Oh. There was a lot of bad stuff that happened on my trip. There's some bad stuff coming. Is this appropriate right now?
No.
Okay.
And he just kind of shrugs and turns to Mo as Mo starts a very simple and strange ceremony. that he tried to create for the two of you, knowing what he knows about both of you. He does a little beatnik poetry, and he does a little talks a little bit about the color black and its history, and he talks a little bit about how the two of you met, and how after talking about black, he talks a little bit about the story about how you lifted Dub out of darkness, out of the black, and Dub's vows to you are, I haven't prepared them all, but I haven't read any of them, but it's basically the idea that you are the color in his life, and that he only saw black before you, and that he knows that you don't have any official ceremony with or official.
It's
You
it's
don't usually get
mostly a
married.
verbal contract.
Yeah, it's but that he appreciates your willingness to be a part of his family, and hopefully your family accepts him, and yeah. So that's pretty much it. It's about as sappy as he gets. He does do one last really horrible poem that is even worse than normal because there's no divine inspiration in it at all.
It's just like, yeah,
It's just really, really bad.
It's just
And
some
then he
emo
says, and the last
lyrics.
line of it is, "And I promise I'll never do one of these again."
Aww.
And it's mostly the Subrosarium. He goes, "I'll do whatever you want. I'll do more if you want." And mostly it's going to be the Cinder Roses, and his family are there.
I'm happy that we were able to do this. It seems like it's something that's important.
My
to you.
parents didn't get the thing. They needed this, so.
Oh,
Plus,
okay.
they paid for this, so I kind of like it.
Oh, it's very nice. I saw your sketchbook.
I don't know if this is part of the ceremony or if this is after the ceremony that I'm saying this to him. Okay, so
But for the two of you, you're probably standing in front of Mo. He's waiting to hear an "I do," and this is what you guys are talking. That's probably
sure,
knowing you
I'm
guys.
totally down for that.
I saw your sketchbook in the basement. In the basement.
I know which one.
They look so good. I have a lot of ideas too. We should put them together and find something fun. But I found this. Who found this?
We're gonna carve children together.
That's true. Somebody. Okay, so forgive me, out of character. I don't remember who found it. I found this at on the trip, and you should totally see it.
And she pulls out the little golf ball sized of yellow air shell.
I have never seen air shell that has color in it. Ever.
Oh, you mean the coral?
The coral, the
The
yellow
coral
air
air
shell
shell, got it.
coral, yeah.
It was growing. It was like it wasn't just in a mine or on the bottom of a lake that sucked, or it was growing. It can be more than just what we know is there. There can be more of it.
That's amazing.
And I want to use this for one of the little ones. So I don't know how to use it yet. I was thinking maybe like a third eye on the forehead or something cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, right?
6 finger.
Oh, that would be cool too. The eyeball would be very intimidating. Anyway.
True. Maybe a penis.
That was Logan.
That was Logan. You're right. That was not. That was shenanigans seeping into our.
So she's like, yeah, it'd be really, really cool to do the eyeball. I do.
Mo's been like, okay, all right, okay, and now, by the power vested in me by absolutely no one, I pronounce you husband and wife. Okay, finally, goodbye. Jesus, this is fucking not worth the 3 cents. All right, he just kind of goes off and walks over to a table and sits down next to Callie, flops down into a chair.
No.
And they just yell, you can eat. Everyone can eat now. Open your baskets. Everyone gets a basket. You get a basket. You can hand me some wine.
He's Mopra right now.
He's what?
He's Mopra.
He's Mopra, yes.
And this is the song we leave on. It's very appropriate.
What? Did it cut to something
It's
not happy?
Dubstep.
Oh.
Yes.
And that's where we're ending the session. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you so much to Perception Studios for the raid. You guys are amazing. We really, really appreciate it. Can't wait. We're Perception Studios. Angela and I, who play Syl, we're doing a show called DRPG every Wednesday at 10 noon PST. On the 24th, Perception Studios will be on our show. We were going to have Chunk and Cucumber and Ryan will all be on our show, being co-hosts for a 2-hour deep dive into D&D and RPG topics. So please come and see that. Also, starting next week is our big sub drive for the Nerdsmith Network. Go to nerdsmith.org to take a look and find out all the details about that. Well, that page isn't up, but you can at least find all the other amazing shows that we put on the Nerdsmith Network over there. Thank you guys again so much. Let me see how many people we've got here. We'll probably do a raid since we want to
28.
pass on all the love. How many?
28.
28 people. Jeez, guys. Thank you so much. Let me figure out who we're going to raid.
You guys can catch us again tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
Yeah, we do this 4
for
nights a week. So
continuation.
Yep.
Tomorrow you can watch Logan find about the spell that I picked that is actually bullshit.
Jesus. Let's go.
That
Who
was
are we
a
gonna see
power
here?
move, and I love you for it.
That was such a good move. It was really, really clever.
I mean,
Yes.
there's only 2 uses of that spell: shit talking your enemies and visiting home when you can. And one took priority.
What level spell is that?
7th.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
And you did it to shit talk somebody.
Does theoretically last for a day, so if they didn't shoot me, I could just chat on the ship for a day. But
Go sit in the
They-
crow's nest. You're doing a terrible job.
Cinderhaven's
That's
that
bad.
way.
Amazing.
I like the idea of telling the pirate ship that has been directed by someone from Cinderhaven that they're going the wrong way to Cinderhaven, and then just
Right?
insisting on it.
We're gonna raid
that-
Geek Space TV.
Woohoo.
We've had we've raided them a few times. They're really good friends. Well, they're good. They're friends. We're friends of the show. Go say hi. So please come along with us. Even if you can't stay, please come along with us. The bigger the numbers, the more happy they'll be. We were so in the moment. I'm sorry we didn't get more excited about the however many of you, 20 of you or whatever that came over. I know 49 came, but 20 of you seem to have stayed. So thank you guys so much. And you're just really, really incredible. We really appreciate all of you. Appreciate everything. This show, supporting the show, supports the Trevor Project. If you're familiar, you can go. If you're not familiar, you can go to thetrevorproject.org. And we're going to go ahead and do our raid right now. Go ahead and throw up a "We Are Nerdsmith" and in the chat, and throw out our emojis. And have a wonderful evening. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, everybody.